Hi, my name is Sharice. I just got back from Bali on my Reset by Design Wellness retreat. I am feeling relaxed. I am in my Balinese caftan and I am feeling amazing. I had the best time ever. Ty, Kina, Bondi, they did a great job. Everything was amazing. Everything was well thought out, very intentional, thoughtful. The workshops were so helpful. We had sound baths, yoga, breath work. It was so good. All of the Instagrammable excursions we went on, we hit everything. We had the best food. There were chefs. Everything was top notch. The villa was amazing. It was the best. And this is my second retreat. And this is why I'm already planning for the third one to Mauritius. I already talked to one of the ladies. We're already plotting to go next year. It was such an amazing trip. I think I knew about 6 or 7 people when we got there because this was my second trip. By the time I left, I felt like I knew everybody. I felt like I left with 16 sisters. Like, it's such a sisterhood. Everybody's so supportive. It was so peaceful. So you could just be yourself. It was amazing. I loved it. Ty, when I tell you the eye for detail, listen. If you have not booked a trip and you on YouTube watching Bondi talk to you about it, book the trip. And I will see you there.
Come on in, come on in, come on in, not come on in, not come. Sorry, y'all know I'm weird, whatever.
Hey everybody, what's up? It's your girl BondyBlue. So let's go ahead. Hey everybody, what's up? It's your girl BondyBlue. Okay, follow me on Instagram and let's get into the video, right?
Yeah. What's up? Man, what is up? What's going on, everybody? How are you guys doing on this good Wednesday, on this good hump day, girl? Oh, Lord. So much going on the social media, girl. Am I... All right, okay, I'm lit. I was like, is my light on? It's just not that bright. Hold up. Okay. All right, I think that pulled me up a little bit more. I can't tell. I think I'm lit, though. Y'all can see me, though. Huh? I'm lit. All right, y'all. We got a show. Are y'all following me on TikTok? Are you following me on TikTok? Are you following me on TikTok? I need you to follow me on TikTok. Either way, you guys, I'm nervous to play anything from The Breakfast Club because I lose money whenever somebody decides they want to flag a clip of something in a live, right? And I take the whole video down, re-edit it, put it back up. Now I've lost viewership that I would have gotten on the previous live, right? It's really, really annoying. So I'm low-key scared to even play this. So I'm going to put something over the screen as I play anything from The Breakfast Club today, just so I can feel safe and in my person. Okay. So what am I going to put on top of this? Because I don't have anything in here to put on top of it. How about I put a be right back on top? Yeah, y'all can hear me.
Oh my God, yes. So yesterday, after we had our conversations here about Dame Dash and all the things and the interview, I was told by a publicist that I spoke to who actually leads their comms over their communications, like, hey, can you please put on record that you spoke to me? Mm-hmm. I want to make sure that people know that Dame Dash is not the chairman of Revolt.
I'm now the chairman of Revolt right now. And I have 15.
You don't deserve to be the chairman.
I got you. So
He said you don't deserve to be the chair. I'm sorry, y'all. I think that the ability to clown people that are trying to be like seriously like annoying. Like I feel like Dame Dash put on his little suit and he put in his teeth and he got him in there really good. And he went down there to the Breakfast Club with one mission: to dominate Charlemagne, to dominate DJ Envy, to dominate the men of the Breakfast Club. Right? But what ends up being the quick hitter, what ends up being the long distance hit, I know y'all, I took it down, is Lauren LaRosa pulling the receipts. Not only pulling the receipts on Dame Dash, but now making it clear that Vibe is not a reputable source. Because I read y'all the article from Vibe yesterday that validated the claims that Dame Dash made about owning, or I'm sorry, becoming the head nigga in charge down there to the Revolt TV. They said, you know, he was supposed to be in charge for 1 month. That's what they said. Now, I don't know how you put somebody in charge for 1 month. He's an interim ass nigga. Okay? Oh, interim ass nigga. And I had to tell one of my home, listen, stop saying, y'all got to stop following crowds. Niggas be trying to be so contrarian that they fall for the bullshit that somebody is manipulating them into. I tell y'all all the time, they got certain people on the internet that when they talk, y'all think they sound smart because of the way they say shit. Candace Owens is one of those people. Dame Dash is one of those people. And I feel like they only sound smart to people that are ill-informed on the subject matter. So there are a lot of niggas out there that are, first of all, homophobic. So they agreed with the shit that this nigga was saying, but didn't really make any sense. And then also, because they don't live in white people land, there is a group of black people that just really believe that white people are just having so much of a better experience. You know, white folks do it. This is what the white folks be doing. It's a whole bunch of niggas that talk like that. So when Dame Dash is pretending as if he's giving y'all game about how to play the game in the system, nigga, you have lawsuits pending. You lost everything. What you showed us with your life is that you don't know how to play the game. You don't know how to play the game. Playing the game would have had you sitting at the same table with Jay-Z and Beyonce. Right? But you're not, because you weren't playing the game. You weren't. You were at some point, I believe, being a reckless nigga. And that's the reason why you lost everything, because you're undisciplined and you're reckless. And a lot of niggas are. A lot of niggas are. And so they always want to see themselves in somebody that they believe has done something that a person with such, behaviors wouldn't normally do. People who don't have discipline and are reckless, they're not supposed to accumulate anything. They're not supposed to have a lot of shit, because how did you get it? Right? That means you got it off somebody's back, because you couldn't have got it through your own hard work. So I feel like it's a lot of men out there that are always looking for a way to game this system, and they're missing how the system actually works. And so they believe people like Dame Dash have some understanding that they don't have. Just because this nigga knows to file Chapter 7 does not mean he has some game on, how to live in America, how to live and die in America that everybody else don't have. He's not even doing as good as the niggas he's trying to clown. Y'all know another thing that's crazy? Y'all value system is so crazy, right? Because you are extremely homophobic, but you also value money. So what ends up happening is you're contradicting your whole setup that you perpetuate, because essentially there are gay men that are making way more money than some of you niggas, because y'all really don't know how to play the game. And y'all think that, oh, that's gay, that's soft. No, nigga, it's called knowing how to play the game. I don't know about y'all, but I was taught that playing the game is going along to get along. Deal with them people and get what you can get out of them for as long as you can, and then move on. That's what I was taught. about how to play a game. Move around. Keep your head down. Do not give them opportunities to hem you up. That's what I was taught. You niggas don't know nothing about that. Y'all don't know nothing about how to really play a game. Because when you really play the game, you have to know the rules. And y'all don't really like to play by the core set of rules. Y'all don't, because y'all don't like to work. And the rules say you got to work in some type of way. You got to exploit or you got to work. And if you can't exploit, then you must work. If not, you're a bum. That's just how this goes. And so what happens when people who really don't have it exploit other people is if they don't have the wherewithal to keep their shit together, they will essentially be a toothless nigga on the internet screaming into a microphone, but then telling everybody how feminine it is to talk into microphones. It's very contradictory. And that's what I can't get jiggy with. I can't get jiggy with that shit. You're so contradictory. And then also, I just think you're gay. Oh, okay. So let's talk about why you have to pause whenever, like, what is that about? The fact that you are thinking about men in a sexual way to the point that you have to prove you're not gay every time you talk. Yeah, y'all are baby. I know you can't see it. Dame. I know you can't see it, Dame. But getting dressed up in your best little outfit so that you can come and have an argument with Charlemagne and call him gay is giving you want to fuck him. Like, when I'm just saying, y'all, when I love calling homophobic people gay, because essentially I feel like they don't know it, but they are. They don't know a lot about themselves. So to me, I wish you would just go and fuck some nigga in private and stop talking to us. If you are homophobic, your ass is gay. And I love telling you that. Every homophobic person I come into contact with, I love the fact that I automatically assume you're gay. You're gay. So to me, Dame Dash came on the Breakfast Club and just announced some shit. Because what was that? This what you got dressed up for? Listen, I don't care what y'all talking about. So you think a nigga that has to pause every time he talks about another man, you don't think he's thinking about that man's dick? I really think that y'all are still living in a different world than we're living in now. Like, that's what I've realized. I realize a lot of y'all don't live in the world that we live in. Y'all don't live in the world that we live in. Because if you lived in the world that we lived in and actually knew what was going on, you would know that whenever people are hyper focused on anything, it's because they're obsessed with it. Why would you show up here so that you can call this nigga gay? Like, you're obviously fantasizing, thinking about having sex with a man. And instead of coming on a show to call somebody gay that doesn't give a fuck about being called gay, why don't you just go and explore your sexuality? Y'all don't have to agree with me. I don't care. All homophobic people are, unbeknownst to them, or maybe just unbeknownst to the people around them, they are having fantasies about the same sex. To accuse somebody of being gay when I don't know them, isn't, you think so? You think it's insane to think people are gay because you don't know them? Do you not I don't get it. I Got the Power is always in my chat, so I'm trying not to block them. Okay, they're always in my chat, typing in all caps. I'm, because they want to be seen. So I'm trying not. But at the end of the day, I know y'all don't want to agree with this. And it's fine, you guys. It's so fine. You can feel however you want to feel. But I'm telling you right now, a lot of y'all don't live in the corners enough to be able to see people clearly. You really don't. You really don't see Eddie Murphy gay. I'm just waiting. I mean, I don't know why we brought Eddie Murphy up, but there are so many like niggas out there. There are so many niggas out there. Well, technically, he was doing the same thing to Charlemagne, wasn't he? Though. That's why I think it's weird. That's why I think it's crazy. So I'm wrong, or I'm tripping because I'm calling Dame gay, but it was okay for Dame to call Charlemagne gay. That's how this starts. You be homophobic, and then I make fun of you for how I think you're actually gay. That's how this works. And if you don't like people calling you gay, maybe you shouldn't be being homophobic. Because I'm gonna keep calling you motherfuckers gay. If you're homophobic, if you really, really detest gay people, sweetheart, you're gay. You're gay. You're gay. You're so gay. You're really gay. Just be okay with it. It's fine. Everybody does it. It's okay. Oh my God. And this is because I feel like sexuality is really more fluid, and people don't take these things. People take them seriously, but then they don't. In private, in prison, niggas is gonna fuck men. And you know this. And you know this. Oh my God. And I think what's also funny is I've also had people say to me when I was talking about Cam yesterday, you don't even know him. I don't understand why we're on the internet acting like we know any of these people. Y'all are online defending him. You don't know him either. I'm online just pointing out that I'm going to trust his pattern of behavior before I take this one instance as, some savior moment. Like, I'm sorry, my standards are harder to breach. A lot of y'all are very desperate for some of these niggas' attention and shit like that. So I'm not that desperate. But anyway, yes, it was confirmed that Dame Dash did not acquire Revolt, that he is not the chairman of Revolt, and it was a fabricated story. So now what we know is that we already knew we couldn't trust Dame, but also now I know that I'm not going to believe anything coming out of Vibe. And that's sad because, Vibe used to be a magazine that was reputable. I have nothing. I have nothing. And so this is another reason why I said the nigga's gay. That nigga gay, nigga gay, nigga gay, nigga gay, nigga gay. The reason, thank you, love. Thank you for the super chat. Thank you, Brene. All these men gay, right? Listen, like you could just at this point, it's so obvious, it's ridiculous. So the reason is another reason why. Wherever these niggas that are gay and they don't want to admit they gay, they do shit with women that's weird. Like, why are you being hypersexual with this woman? And it's because you want this woman to think you're actually into her. And it's a performance of masculinity, but of heterosexuality. So when you listen to Claudia Jordan's story, hey, Scotty, when you listen to Claudia Jordan's story, you have to be able to hear how she's telling you that he's acting. I know, right? That nigga gay, nigga gay, nigga gay, nigga gay. Sorry, I love it. It's my favorite thing. Anyway, I'm sorry. Yes, I'm sorry, y'all. One of my favorite things to do in this life is to call homophobic people gay. Like, I love it. It's like so fun for me. You know how people like to troll? That's my favorite troll, but I feel like it's the truth. They just don't want to, admit it. But listen to Claudia tell this story. This is a desperate old ass sloppy nigga trying to prove he's masculine to women by sexually harassing them. Because y'all do know that, right? Y'all do know that men sexually harass women, especially when they do it like at work. It's for the validation of other men. It's for the bolstering of their ego, their image in front of other men. It's not really about them being sexually attracted to you. It's not.
Guys, I'm out here playing in this golf tournament and my phone is blowing up with notifications that Dame Dash once again has my name in his mouth when he should be having Polident tight grip in his mouth, instead holding those cheap ass dentures in place instead of worrying about me. Why do you keep trying to bring me into your mess? You've been sued by everybody. You've lost every single lawsuit and you owe the government all this money, yet you keep trying to bring me into your bullshit. I've been quiet. On the set of Dear Frank, you were wildly inappropriate. You did shit on that set that should have shut it down, okay? Very inappropriate the way you were carrying on with the women on set and what you did to me during the one scene. was fucked up. I've not embarrassed you yet because everybody else has done that job for me, and including yourself. But if you want to keep running your mouth, then I'm going to tell my side. You was a fucking pervert on set. You were disgusting. The things you did with that porn tape and what you tried to do to get me ready for a scene with you while your shunt was showing out of your chest and you thought you was hot, you were not. You were a fat fucking mess.
Did you hear her? He was sexually harassing women on set.
And yes, I understand you see me everywhere, so and you're nowhere except pretending to own ranches that you don't own and borrowing money from people. And you see people that are just flourishing without you. And like you do with Jay-Z, you're just sitting there jealous of everybody else, counting everybody else's money. So now you want to include me in your lawsuit. Nigga, bring it on. You lost every other suit that my lawyer, Chris Brown, has gone up against you against. You've lost everything. You don't pay rent. You fuck up with all the contracts. You've been sued by everybody and lost because you steal property from people. You found guilty of that, okay? From women. You rent expensive homes to give the image of you being wealthy, and then you default and don't pay your rent. And you've been sued by them, and you've lost those cases too. So why is my name in your mouth? I didn't want my body in your mouth. I sure don't want my name in your mouth. So keep all of us out of your mouth and out of your thoughts, okay? I'm so sick and tired of your shit. You are the reason for your failure. And Dame, you talk so much shit about people being culture vultures, stealing from the culture and not down with black people and they working for the white man, all while you parade a woman around that is a white woman and you pretend to be that she's Puerto Rican, that you think, oh, it's different, right, with me. And you talk so much shit about everybody else. Not that there's anything wrong with dating a white woman or a Puerto Rican woman, but you go out of your way to pretend that she's not what she is, okay? In my opinion. And I think that's super whack, but that just shows your character. Your character. Your own family don't fuck with you because of what you do and how you behave. You know, I felt bad for you when we were filming because I was like, yeah, maybe he got a raw deal. Maybe like, you know, he is this victim that he claims to be. But I see now from working with you one time and never again that all your failures are your own. It's your own doing. You caused all of the bad shit that has happened to you. You're not a victim. Your ego in your mouth. You still think it's 2003 and it's the big pimping video where you can spray liquor on women and like it's cute. It was never cute. It never gave cute. So
it was always disrespectful. Thank you.
You can continue on your little tour and enjoy the attention. And, you know, people that don't really know and haven't been paying attention to you will be like, oh, man, he's smart, man. And the system did him wrong. You're not. You are struggling with that interview. Charlamagne was running circles around you. You went in there so fake. Oh, I don't fool with men. That's why I don't go anywhere with men. And then Charlamagne quickly checked you and said, you came in here with a man. That is a perfect summation of how fucking fake and whack you are, how much of a liar you are. So keep my name out of your mouth. I worked on a movie that you were given a vanity credit for as director. You gave some input here and there, but Josh Weber was the actual director giving us real direction while you were smoking weed, talking so much shit. Not that there's anything wrong with smoking weed, because I smoke too, but you want to be the director. You didn't want to sign your paperwork, okay? And you were very unprofessional on set. You know, one scene that we had where I had to cry about how you treated me and what you did, and you was wilding and out of control. You was highly inappropriate. Did we get past that and did I get over it? Yes, that's why I didn't see you over it. But it's a note to self. You a fuckboy. It cut me up for the best part. Damn, you are a fuckboy. That's why people don't fuck with you. You're a fuckboy. You sit there and talk big game. I'm a boss. I'm a boss. I'm a boss. When you have to tell everybody how much of a boss you are, you're not. When you have to tell everybody how great you are, you're not.
And when you have to tell everybody how straight and masculine you are, you're not.
When you have to tell everybody how amazing you are, you're not. You're not. And I'm sorry for you. You were on a trajectory to be in big places and big spaces, but you fucked up with your mouth and your arrogant, annoying attitude. All right. I don't know why you think everyone's done you wrong. Are you not guilty in any of this? Like you've done nothing wrong to put yourself in position. The way you move, like I got to see firsthand, and you didn't put one penny up for that movie for Dear Frank. It was called The List at first, and you tried to go sell it behind our backs. You didn't own it, Dame. You didn't own it. Get over it. Move on and shut the fuck up. Keep thinking about more things. You have so many lawsuits where you've been found guilty of defamation. And I didn't jump on that bandwagon. I could have because you was out there dragging my name. I'm like, what did I do to you besides say no? What did I do to you for?
What did I do to you besides say no? Ooh. Girl, the way y'all be windmilling about these niggas that would assault you and slut you out to niggas and put you in harm's way because you told them no. And y'all be out here windmilling in comments for these niggas. Desperate.
Not want to spend the night at your house after filming. What did I do to you? Nothing. Nothing. I did not think you need to be part of the project. I didn't think your name brought.
Oh, you could tell she already wanted to go there. Like, you could tell whatever just happened with that movie, she just explained it. Something already just happened with this nigga where she felt like he was flawed. So this just gave her the opportunity. Oh, since everybody else going in on him, let me go ahead and add in my little hit since he was talking shit about me. I can believe it. I can believe it.
Any value, but it was a means to an end to get Kanye West involved in the project. That's all. The only reason you were given a vanity credit, Dame. I was there from day one with the producer before you even brought on. And you're mad that I testified about the truth on the stand? I gave sworn testimony. It was all true.
Saying Claudia is just as cringe as Dame, that's wild. And I really feel like I don't know how y'all be coming up with these equivalencies in your mind when you think about what people actually do. I don't know how y'all be coming up with that shit, but you know, hey.
And if I didn't, you could have tried to get me for perjury. You did not. Like I tell motherfuckers that have problems with me, if I defamed you or lied on you, file a lawsuit, bitch. File a lawsuit.
No, what Marcel
Because I stand by what I say, because I don't lie, because I have a bad memory, so I have to tell the truth. Someone just sent me the clip where Dame Dash says on the Breakfast Club that he has video of me saying that he is the best director ever.
Okay. So I guess that was it. I guess that was it. I guess that message.
And Dame, you talk so much shit about people being culture vultures, stealing from the culture and not down with black people and they working for the white man. All while you parade a woman around that is a white woman and you pretend to be that she's Puerto Rican, that you think, oh, it's different, right, with me. And you talk so much shit about everybody else.
Oh, it's different with her, meaning that he talks about like racial and colorism things in front of her because Claudia is biracial.
Not that there's anything wrong with dating a white woman or a Puerto Rican woman, but you go out of your way to pretend that she's not what she is, okay? In my opinion. And I think that's super whack, but that just shows your character. Your character. Your own family don't fuck with you because of what you do and how you behave. You know, I felt bad for you when we were filming because I was like, damn, maybe he got a raw deal. Maybe like, you know, he is this victim that he claims to be. But
wait a minute. What is all of this Claudia hating my comments? My God, today. My God, today. What is going on? Since when did y'all start? Are y'all still mad at Claudia behind colorism comments from like 13 years ago or something? I'm asking for a friend.
See now from working with you one time and never again, that all your failures are it's your own doing. You cause all of the bad shit that has happened to you. You're not a victim. Your ego in your mouth. You still think it's 2003 and it's the big pimping video where you can spray liquor on women and like.
Yeah, okay. Oh, we heard that part. So yeah, why does it feel like it was from two different angles? I don't know. The same day. Either way, Dame Dash is out here lying, Vibe out here lying, and there are still niggas out there and women out there that put these old washed up ass senile toothless niggas on pedestals. And you know, y'all be great. Let's move on. Where do I want to go next? Jesus, let's go to David. Okay, so we talked last week about the young man, the artist David. I had never heard before, but I looked at his style and he was giving emo, right? And there is a darkness to people that are in emo, not all the time, but there is a fine line. There's always a fine line between somebody like having like a emo grunge energy that's more of like revolutionary, we go against the system, like that's a thing. But that's also been co-opted by like nihilists and really like weirdo type, you know, psychopathic people. So like you gotta be, you know what I'm saying? You gotta be paying attention because black nail polish don't mean the same thing on everybody. You know what I'm saying? Eyeliner does not mean the same thing on everybody. You know what I mean? So you gotta be very, very, you know what I'm saying? Like you gotta siphon through the shit, right? You gotta, press on your discernment, girl. And I just remember saying at the time, I didn't know it was a toss up, but I mentioned that the way he looked, I could see a girl ending up in his trunk based on the way he looked. And we're not going to only go on that, of course, which is why I didn't make a statement about what I thought happened. I'm still not, but we're getting closer to a picture. And let's read what happened. Okay. Y'all remember the body found in singer David's Tesla. That's another thing. I'm sorry. Like, I know y'all haven't caught up, and I'm not asking everybody to sell their cars, but everybody that's like driving around in Teslas, you already lose brownie points. When I, they posted a video. 2 people sent me this video of this beautiful, like native looking guy. I think he might have been out in Beverly Hills with his Tesla and had all of these different beautiful little things that he put on the car to be reflectors. He had all these tattoos over his face. The guy was telling him he should be a model because he was so striking. And I remember thinking to myself, talking to all of that native shit in my culture and my people with your fucking Tesla. And it's like, I know, y'all. I know, but I know it's so hard because we live in a capitalist society. So it is really hard to like not buy and promote and support things that are in starch opposite of your politics, right? So it's very hard. But when it comes to the Tesla thing, I don't care. I'm at this point now where if I see you with one, automatically points deducted. Points deducted. Okay. So when I realized it was a Tesla, I was like, okay. We got emo that I don't know what type of emo it is. Points deducted. Tesla, points deducted. Body in the car, points deducted. The girl is 15 years old, meaning that the girl is underage. More points deducted. Okay. Especially because the emo crowd, a lot of times those are runaways. Those are children from abusive households. And say that this guy is somebody that's popping in their subset, if they're in their, group out there. It's easy for a girl to be like, oh my God, I know him. I know that artist, David. I've seen him on TikTok, and get into a relationship. An underage girl who they still trying to find her fucking family, which shows me that there are obviously not enough people that cared about that girl. Because the only reason anybody said anything, we don't know yet, because, I guess they have to find out if there was a missing person, case or something on her, and they just don't know that it's her. But the way they're talking about it, it doesn't seem that way. Let me read it. But I'm gonna just tell y'all that it's not looking good for your boy as far as I'm concerned. If this is y'all boy, it just don't look good. Authorities have officially ID'd the victim that was in D4D, whatever the fuck, his Tesla. Davey, a 15-year-old Celeste Rivas Hernandez. I wanted to say Ramirez, girl. Her mom confirmed that, her mom, so they got in contact with her people. Her mom confirmed, because y'all, I was reading about it earlier before I guess they confirmed this. Her mom confirmed the heartbreaking news after cops told her about a tattoo that matched her daughter's. The word "shh" inked on her finger. Celeste had been missing from Lake Elsinore, California since April 2024. It's giving runaway. And now the LA County Medical Examiner confirmed her age and identity. The discovery ties back to the abandoned Tesla that was towed from the Hollywood Hills, where investigators had already found body parts last week. Her mother told TMZ the tattoo detail is what sealed it for her. She knew instantly. David has been on tour and is continuing to perform, but is cooperating with police. He also has a tattoo that says "shh" on his finger, which makes me feel like if you and this girl have the same tattoos on y'all fingers, y'all were in a relationship. That's what it would seem like to me. And this is just conjecture because we don't know this for a fact. But to me, it would seem as if you knew you were about to go on tour, whatever happened, you just, left that car somewhere, abandoned it, And, you know, you could put out a story basically saying, oh, I was on tour. And it's because people don't really think these things through. And that's because they have not seen enough episodes of SVU. Okay. But this is a definite thong 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 meow 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 thong 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 no thong thong wham 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 thong 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 thong. That's what this is given. And it's really, really sad. It's really sad. No, this is absolutely an SVU story. Child, this might be on the next season for all we know. But it's absolutely given. You had some type of relationship with her. Something happened. She's now deceased. We don't know whether it was, you know, done intentionally or an accident. You know, you don't know, because sometimes people don't want to call the police and, you know, they leave the body there. Child, I don't know. But all I know is, number one, the girl is 15. Number two, she been missing for over a year. So that would tell me that she was a runaway. That would also tell me that even though she had a mama, you wasn't really worrying about your child. That's what that would tell me. Okay? So they're going to have to do some investigating. They're going to have to find out. Listen, if she was pregnant, I don't know if they talked about that yet, but they're going to have to do some investigating, because I don't know how y'all going to be convinced that this nigga didn't have nothing to do with it. It's his call. They got matching tattoos. She's underage and she deceased in the back of his car. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know, girl. My deductive reasoning is telling me. Okay. Bruh. Let me see what the comments said. Moniece. Didn't I tell y'all Akbar V and Moniece used to always be at the top of the comments? Akbar V then retired from being at the top of the comments. Moniece is still running strong. Number one, he did it. Number two, her mother failed her. Number three is given she was pregnant and wouldn't get rid of it. Number four, don't Teslas have cameras? Number five, she's been missing since April, so she was a runaway. So she deduced most of the things I did. Because if she'd been that long, her body would be almost completely decomposed by this time. So that had to have taken place recently enough that skin markers like a tattoo are still identifiable. Number six, the EFF is he still allowed to tour? How the F, child? Sorry, I just wanted to make sure. How the F is he still allowed to tour? Because he went on tour before this was found out, and he's probably not in this. Where is he? Where is the tour? Because it depends on where he is. Somebody said this some Law and Order shit. Dun, dun. I'm telling y'all. They got a song called Romantic Homicide. That was another reason that I was leaning more towards that nigga did that shit, but I didn't want to say that. Because no, Moniece was not wrong this time. Dead clock can be right twice a day. Okay. Broken clock. Yes. All right. So let's move on, y'all. Oops. Look who's still with her man, because she still got that ugly nigga on the back of her phone. And listen, you right. I might have my nigga pretty though. Like, girl, listen. My nigga might be on my phone, but I feel like this is a good looking man. I don't know. Girl, I don't know about everybody else. You know, I don't know about that man. You know, because I know y'all wouldn't even expect that from me, right? Because y'all swear up and down. Not y'all, but y'all, you know, niggas swear up and down. That's how you know she hate men. Girl. 111. God love him. Anyway, but yeah, I have an attractive husband. So he makes a good background. Like, he makes a good picture. I know, because I'm a photographer and I often like taking pictures of him because he is a good subject to shoot. All right. I'm sorry, y'all. People have to be beautiful to me. To me. Okay. I don't know how that nigga could be beautiful to her, but his dick may be impeccable. I don't know how his dick could be impeccable. I would love if Mariah the Scientist, girl, just go ahead and put it in a song I'm not gonna listen to, or go down to one of the girls' podcasts that I really like. And oh, girl, I just had a taste in my mouth of some tomatoes with salt and pepper. That's definitely gonna happen when I go downstairs. Anyway, I'm sorry. Mariah the Scientist still has Young Thug's picture on the back of her phone case. And I just feel sad for you, because you actually went and got that nigga face put on a phone. Girl, that nigga is not cute enough for that. Like, if I was gonna put, girl, listen, if I was with a nigga that wasn't that cute, it was never gonna be just a picture of him. It was gonna be a picture of me and him. And it was gonna be a picture of something really attractive about me and just slightly him. Because, girl, like, you really got that shipped to your house? Oh, that's that's interesting. I feel like there's love for everybody, right? There's somebody for everybody. I do believe that. But I also feel like that girl is, being humiliated and disrespected by a nigga that, honestly, if she had any real self-confidence, shouldn't even be able to fuck with her. But, the girls don't really have any self-confidence these days. Y'all are not raising them to have self-confidence. Y'all are raising them to be desperate for niggas. So I can't really be too mad at them. But y'all see, these niggas not broke up. That's okay. It's not my life. Speaking of people who should have left the nigga and they didn't. Girl, Bhad Bhabie is on the internet screaming and crying and screaming.
Y'all, I swear on everything. I swear on everything that I love. I am not dealing with this man no more ever again in my life. I went through so.
Okay, can I tell y'all, like, this tone of voice? Oh my God. Like, I know that he punched me in my face and everybody saw it. I know. And then I told him that I wanted to forgive him. And I did, and I tried. I didn't know what was wrong with him. Girl, none of y'all know what's wrong with these niggas. None of y'all have the answer, Sway. And it's weird because the answers are blaringly clear. I don't know. I'm going to let her finish crying in the phone, though.
So much shit trying to love this person. I went through so much shit trying to understand this person.
You sound like Cardi B a few months ago or maybe a year ago when Cardi B was still screaming on her phone on Twitter about Cephas.
I went through so much shit. I have suffered so much trying to deal with this man.
Why are you screaming at us? Catch me outside. Calm down. Calm down, catch me outside. Calm down.
No.
What's her name? Danielle? What's her name?
Y'all, I swear.
Calm down, Danielle. What's her name?
You know who he.
But you know what? I can't even be mad. I don't think that lady mama loved her. We're going to have to talk one day about how white women don't really have an emotional connection to their children because they come from slavery just like we did. So a considerable amount of white people, I believe, had black people raising their children at one point. A considerable amount of people were having other people raise their children for a nice period of time. When we started to transition out of that, white women did not learn how to empathize with their children in the interim. And I'm not saying all white women, okay? Because y'all know there are white women that take care of their kids, y'all, that love their kids, that do the things, right? Please don't misunderstand me. But I do think that a lot of white women do not emotionally care about their children in a certain capacity, and they breed sociopaths. Because if y'all ask yourself, why are all the white people so angry? It's because they don't have any real like feeling and empathy and emotion like in the raising. They're disconnected from the child in some respect emotionally, and the children grow up with like these gaping holes inside of themselves, basically created by a mother that didn't have the emotional intelligence or the awareness to mother them. And so this is how they come out. This is how they be coming out sometimes. And when they're women, they might come out like this because, there are always varying ways that these things can happen. So to me, one of them is you're going to get the white girls that will go towards black men as a way of, being rebellious against the white power structure that they come from, which doesn't respect them anyway. So they go and run towards black men. And because black men have more of an emotional capacity, they will get so high off the fact that someone is engaging with them in a way that feels emotional. And it's because their mothers weren't. They didn't have any real like emotion. Black people in general are emotional. We are very like, as much as we are disconnected, we are still very connected to how we feel. That's how soul happens. That's how all of the things that we do happen, is because we feel, right? We feel. And so I believe that a lot of white girls will get into relationships with black people, black men, because they offer a level of emotion that they have not experienced in their white households. But what they don't realize, like a lot of women don't realize, because I feel like black women do this to some extent as well, right? You were missing something in your childhood, so you go running into the arms of some nigga that's telling you that he's gonna be there for you, that he loves you, but really it's a trap. It's a trap, because there is nothing nothing more stolen than young girls. Like people love to steal young girls. You either love to steal that light out of their eyes, you love to steal their energy, you want to steal their sexuality, you just want to steal these young girls. You know what I mean? And so even the previous story with the dude David, you know what I'm saying? Like that's another situation where you see probably something was going on at home, right? And parents always love blaming everything but themselves. So what ends up happening? Your children get tired of you. They run off into the world looking for somebody with some type of emotional honesty. And what they feel is emotional honesty is manipulation. But because they've been starved of the emotion, they don't know that. And that's why black men are so good at that. Black men are really, really good at weaponizing their emotions. That's one of the reasons why I get really aggravated whenever people start acting like if a man is expressing emotion, we should just accept, we should just be, oh my God, like, look at him. He's talking about his feelings. Men don't talk about their feelings. And it's like, well, how is he doing it? Because niggas definitely know how to weaponize their emotions in order to manipulate women. That's how love even takes place, because there's always some nigga that needs, some nigga that oh, I went through this in my childhood. My mama wasn't there for me. My daddy left. Like, it's always something to pull on the heartstrings of whatever woman that they're trying to be with, right? Or trying to fuck or get whatever from. So they already know how to use. I mean, just think about how back in the day, black men used to be able to use the black card. Even on black women, right? Even on black women will make all of these allowances for black men because you're like, oh, black men get treated so terribly out in the world, as if black women don't get treated terribly. And I feel like for a long time, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, black women were like upholding this idea that black men had it so much harder than them. Until one day you turned around and realized that you was going to work and that nigga was on your couch. You was going to work and that nigga was driving around in your car and cheating on you. So I think once collectively women started to realize that if life is so hard for you, why am I the only one working? If life is so hard for you, why is it that I'm the only one that has to create something stable? And you really can just rest in your feminine, knowing that your woman is going to keep a good job, knowing, you know what I mean? Like, girl, I'm listen.
Really told me I don't hit you no more because I know the type of white police bitch you are. Meanwhile, I've only made one police report against Levon. One. When he's...
Can you imagine a nigga beating your ass a lot and then you calling the police one time and then he use your race against you, calling you an old calling the police ass bitch, and then people are being in the comments because he should have been with a black woman, because a black woman would have let you beat her ass and she wouldn't have called the police because she too scared of the police too. So then you would have been able to beat her ass and it would have been fine. That's why I never like whenever y'all be in the comments telling these black men who y'all are scared that some white or Latina girl is gonna take his money. I hate when y'all do that. I hate when y'all do that, because y'all are basically saying, oh, wait, don't bestow all of those riches on, I'm sorry, because y'all do be feeling like that. The men feel like don't bestow all of those riches on no black woman. Get you a light-skinned woman. Get you a racially ambiguous woman. Get you, because the colorism thing is already implemented in the young men from jump. So they're going to pick a certain type of woman. The black community of women is then like, oh no, she gonna get you for your money. You should have been with a black girl. And then when you find out that he going upside the girl head, cheating on her, mistreating her, the thing is not, oh, he should have did better. He a fucked up dude. I feel bad for her. No, then it becomes, oh, well, I guess he should have picked a black woman.
Hit me. Let's see. If we've been together for 3 years, and March will be 3 years, and there's 365 days in a year. That means roughly 900 days. He's hit me at least 500 times. He's spit on me. Well over that. Levon is the first and only person to ever spit on me, spit in my face at all.
He hates you.
You know, it only happens. I only feel like this living with Levon and living with my mom. When I was younger, I would question myself all the time, like, what's wrong with me? Why do I keep causing all these problems? Why every time I say I don't want something being done to me, I get in trouble for it? Why does it start a fight? Why do they say these things to me? And it wasn't me. It wasn't me.
I would believe that she was lying if I did not know what that little girl's life was like. Okay, because it's so hard because it does come off as a performance to me. But I know she's sincere because I watched that nigga beat her ass. I also watched how her mama treated her on that show. And that's what I'm saying. Like, so everybody in the comments, y'all will sit here and agree with me about shit when we talking about stuff like this. I don't know her neither. You see how that works? I don't have to know people in order to know people. See how that works?
And I feel like Levon has been trying to train me to shut up and deal with it.
Yeah, that's what they do.
It only happens. I'm so happy that I didn't leave him because I would never find what I have with him in anybody else. And it's gotten so much better. It's like a whole different ball game. And it's like, I always think about it like, damn.
But this is how, y'all, I'm not even going to replay this whole clip. I definitely have empathy for her. I feel very bad for her, to be honest. And I feel like when I was younger, I just didn't like the way that y'all will support and y'all will make rich people that really just need therapy and some fucking help. Like y'all will make degenerate, fucked up people famous for stupid shit, right? And so when you make them famous for it, I think it gives them reinforcement to do negative shit. It gives them reinforcement to act out. It doesn't teach them how they should actually be living their lives. It teaches them that, you know, if I get on the internet and I act the ass, or I get on a television show and I act the ass, then I'm going to be able to turn it into a profit. At some point, that is really harmful to the person that you are, whether people want to believe it or not. That's why Kirk was over there doing interviews and having all of the homegirls talk about how great Kirk is. That's why Kirk had to do Kirk Frost. Yeah, that's why he had to do a documentary to remind himself about who he is. Because once he got known for cheating and disrespecting Rashida over and over and over again, the world began to respond to him in that way. And then he felt, type of way about it. You saw all of the reality stars are the people that get up here and do all of this, pump faking for attention. They really cannot handle what happens when people finally believe the troll. That's why I believe the troll from the jump. You trolling, but I still see what you're trying to do there. Like I see what you're trying to do. Like when I make a video about something and they try to act like, oh my God, you graduated from, like, I actually had like one of the dumbest people, like, and I know they dumb because of how they look. Like you look like you're not, like the muscles in your face aren't erect. Like you look like the muscles in your face don't work. So that's why I know you stupid. But either way, this person says to me, you graduated from high school. And I know what you're trying to do. I make people feel stupid by saying smart shit. And so then they want to make me feel stupid. But it doesn't work. It just reinforces me thinking that there are so many more dumb people. I don't know what that's about. Yeah, subscribe to BondyBlue Bites. Thank you. I appreciate that. I saw a super chat. Where my super chat went? Hey, Lindsay. Thank you, my love, for the super chat. Bondy, you are right. They just posted a picture, emo singer and 15-year-old girl together on Neighborhood Talk. Oh, I'm going to go back to it. I am honestly praying for the young lady, because I just don't like to see anybody in that type of turmoil, because I know what that's like. I know what it's like to be in abusive relationships. I know what it's like to be at the bottom of a pit trying to ask yourself why this degenerate, fucked up person is treating you so badly. And I know it's because you can't really see them. You can't really see them clearly. It takes time. It takes space. It takes distance to see somebody clearly. I want you to imagine how y'all see people like this, right? That's why when y'all be talking about, do you know them? When sometimes you don't have to know people in order to know people. Because if I put the mic up to my face this close, I can only see this portion of the mic. So that means I can't see all of this. I can't see none of what it says. All I can see is right here, right? When I back the mic up away from me, I can see the whole thing. That's why I don't have to be up close to see people. And yes, also I am a journalist. I am college educated, and I got my bachelor's degree in film and television, which means I actually went to school in order to be able to do exactly what I do now, which is analyze media. Everybody be forgetting that. They really think everybody that's on the internet talking is just up here talking. No, bitch, I realized a while ago, damn, bitch, this is exactly what they taught you in college. When you used to sit there and read poetry and read books and analyze. What does it mean? Analyze pictures, analyze stories in film class, analyzing movies. What was the director trying to get across when he made the movie? That's like, I don't understand why people say shit like it's just a TV show. There's no such thing. Every piece of media that you see is there for a reason. It's not just there by happenstance, bitch. And also, you're not just watching shit. You're being affected by what you are consuming. When we had that conversation about Martin and everybody was sitting up there, oh, it's just a show. It's just a show. Bitch, there's no such thing. Everything in this life that you are consuming is affecting your perspective. That's just how this works. Very weird when y'all act like you can remove yourself away from the things that have influenced you. Anyway, so yeah, let's. I'm praying for the little bad baby girl, okay? Because that, we knew she was gonna be going down this path. We knew it. We said it, and it still don't make me feel good to see it. It's sad. Okay. Guess he done canceled his upcoming shows amid photos surfacing of him and a 15-year-old girl whose body was found in his Tesla. That is a picture from 3:51 a.m. So you and the 15-year-old were together at 3:51 p.m. at some point. Photos of David and the 15-year-old who was found in his car. Just the one, huh? Academics posted this. I don't know what's going on, but I want him to get away from me. Y'all could have got this picture from somewhere else. Like, why is he doing the work? Y'all know I don't like academics. And it's so funny. We were just talking about this, right? Erica Alexander reflects on what Ari Lennox said about Martin.
The thing that pissed me off about Martin was how always going on.
The clip is not here. I don't know why the clip is not here, but either way, I saw the clip. Shout out to Van Lathan. I think it's so funny. Oftentimes, whenever I talk about something and I get all of this pushback, and then I get online and see Van Lathan, and then people are agreeing with Van Lathan when he's saying the same shit I'm saying. And this is like my proof that as long as a man is saying it, y'all will add credence to it. A woman says it, it goes in one ear and out the other. I'm just babbling into an echo chamber. But Van Lathan says it, and y'all agree. Either way, there were still people in Van Lathan's comments that were talking about how Ari Lennox would, it's just a show and y'all too sensitive. And literally, Van Lathan, I forgot the other girl, how old she may be, but nobody is that young, right? Erica Alexander is of the generation. She's in the show. She's not young. I don't know what generation everybody be talking about. I don't know what generation everybody be talking about when they talk about this generation is so soft. Because to me, whenever y'all say, oh, this generation is so soft, you're just telling me that you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. You're just telling me how dumb you are because you think that Rachel Lindsay, thank you. I know she's younger, but Van has to be my age or older, right? Like Van has to be 40-year-old man, right? 30, 40-year-old man. Erica Alexander, what, 50s? If that, yeah, I can never tell with black women. But she basically, I'm about to go to Van's page. She basically said that it wasn't her job and you could not question the things back in the day, because a lot of y'all assume that just because a bitch didn't quit her job and y'all didn't see her complain about the jokes on the fucking scripted television show, that means that they were okay with everything. And also because some women are pick-me's, no disrespect to Sheena Arnold, because some women are more willing to protect men than to tell the truth, then we're not even going to get the honest part, which is that regardless to what you want everybody to believe, you were not happy at the time when you were on Martin to Sheena Arnold. You talk about in certain interviews, she wants to be honest, but when we ask you about colorism, all of a sudden the question becomes vague and you know, the answer gets lost in the sauce somewhere and you can't give a direct answer, and you want to say that you joke back and you roast up whatever you said in order to give people credence to act as if the colorism conversation was not real, because there are so many of y'all that because color wasn't brought in directly, you can't see the nuance in jokes that call a person a huge animal and a man. To me, once again, showing me how you don't know what the fuck you're talking about, right? Because you can't even understand the nuance in calling someone an animal.
In that you were on Living Single, which it was one of the fundamental sitcoms of the 90s. I almost said Black again. And you guys played with each other and joked with each other about who had a job, about who looked like this, about what it, and your character in particular had an interplay, and you guys would go back and forth. You were in one of those kind of relationships, almost like Martin and Pam were.
Yeah.
What do you think about the criticism that Ari had about how we used to joke, and is there any validity to it?
It's valid, absolutely. It's valid.
It's valid. And really, that's all Tashina Arnold had to say. But you have to protect the image, right? You have to protect the image no matter how much it's a lie. And that's why I appreciate Erica Alexander. I'm going to let her finish, but I saw a comment in here about how it's not soft, it's sensitive. That means the same thing. Soft and sensitive mean the same thing in this context. And also, I want you to understand, what does sensitive mean? What does sensitive mean? Does sensitive mean I'm feeling something that's not there? Or sensitive means I'm feeling everything that's there? Because I feel like y'all don't even understand the meaning of words anymore when we really boil it down. Like when somebody is sensitive, it doesn't mean that they're feeling something that isn't there. It means they're feeling everything that's there. And compared to other people that are not sensitive, the people that are not sensitive are not getting it. They're not feeling it. They're not seeing it. They're missing it. You see?
Understand that there was also a different, I have to contextualize it, but the character Max and Kyle were both dark skinned, right? With, you know, there's a difference there. And also Max gave as good as she gave. And so did,
and they also ended up in a relationship.
So did Pam.
Yeah,
that's right. They were in love and love hate with each other. There's that. But that doesn't mean that doing this rewatch podcast, I didn't see some things as a little different. And we talk a lot about colorization, and we all suffered from it. I think that what we're rediscovering by even reclaiming our opinion about these things is someone ever asked us back in the day anything. You come in, you're hired, you do your gig, and you keep moving. And for the most part, so many things can be so normalized that you don't feel it. But then you need distance in order to have, hindsight. And so it gives us insight. You're right, Van. There's no doubt about it. I knew then there were things I didn't like about that. Looking at the Martin show, I didn't see it within our show, but then looking at our show, I did see a few things. I was like, And I took it on the chin, like the chick I am, because that's what she does. But Erica Alexander was like, I don't like that. Wow. And that girl, they wouldn't have gotten away with that. And I say they, because I don't think it was mean-spirited. Right. I don't think that even now the creator or anybody would have heard it like that. But I hear it. And being dark skinned is a unique burden in this world, especially for a Black woman. And a lot of the true damage that was done and the wounds were unfortunately received by other Black people. And all I know is that we can do better now, but we also need to all grow up and away from it a little bit.
And that would mean we had to grow up and grow away from it. A lot of y'all have not grown up or grown away from it, which is why whenever we talk about these things, you can't seem to understand it because you're still in it. You still think that it's okay. You still think it's normal. You still think it's a, a usual thing. And I think that's because a lot of people don't have the mind to think outside of what we've seen. I can imagine a world where y'all don't make fun of people for certain things, where jokes are predicated on shit that's funny and not predicated on dehumanizing people and adding to racist stereotypes that are harmful, right? Because to me, I don't get how y'all don't get that picking on the dark-skinned girl in comparison to the light-skinned girl. It's a lot of things that people say over and over again, and I'm like, you just don't want to hear the truth. Like, you just don't want to hear the truth. That's how I think about this situation. Y'all are just not comfortable hearing the truth. These folks would drop dead watching Sanford. Nobody's dropping dead. That's another thing. Why do y'all feel like because we're saying, oh, that was colorism, we didn't realize it back then, but we don't do that shit now, but that was fucked up. That's all it is. We're just acknowledging it. It's okay. Everybody's still alive. Y'all are assuming that everybody's crying and having this overreaction. And to me, y'all are the ones having the overreaction of sensitivity because you can't take the truth about a show that you really like. So what is actually sensitive? Being aware or y'all's hyper aggression towards people having these conversations? Because to me, y'all are afraid of something that's not really there. Nobody's actually having the response y'all are assuming. You know what I'm saying? Like, nobody's dying behind this shit. Nobody was crying about it either. It was just, look, we look back on it with new eyes. Shit don't look right now. Shit look fucked up to me now. Then y'all act like y'all can't see the difference in what was happening with Pam versus what was happening with Gina. When I can tell, like, we can go through this conversation again and again because I know that fucking show backwards and forwards. And I know the jokes that they did on Gina, and I know the jokes that they did on Pam. And there's literally so many moments where Martin is talking about how his woman is a woman and Pam is a man. And I don't understand how you don't understand as Black women. And I'm specifically talking to Black women, fuck everybody else, because y'all are the ones that I really be trying to, like, get in y'all fucking head. I don't understand how you don't understand how it's colorism and a byproduct of racism when somebody is telling a Black woman that she's a man, that she's masculine. She's not. That's not what we're seeing, but that's what he keeps saying. They didn't even rewrite some of those jokes. Some of those jokes that were made for the Pam character to be fat. Why do you think he's calling her a big ass animal, a donkey? Yeah, he called Pam an animal in every episode. He never called Gina an animal. Muscle butt, big head, bougie. Yeah, that's light. You want to talk about light? That's light. That's not the same thing as saying that lady is a man. For always like kicking her out, for always leaving her out, for her always being the last. Like the way Pam was treated repeatedly on the show, it doesn't matter that she fought back. It doesn't matter that she ribbed him back. What we consistently saw was Pam being othered. That's what we saw. And y'all could act like that's not what was happening all you want to. That's what we saw. Shut the fuck up. Okay? That's what we saw. You know what the difference that happened? What she said, they were both dark skinned and there were no jokes about people's bodies like that on Living Single. Go and watch Living Single back. The jokes weren't really like that. The jokes were a little bit different. And not only that, it made more sense on Living Single because it gave more of a, he really likes you and you not acting like you like him, so now he gonna pick at you, and then y'all pick at each other, and then eventually y'all start having sex, and then eventually y'all fall in love, and then the picking just becomes a part of the relationship and not really, you know, a sign of not liking each other. And then we see how he makes all of these efforts to be with her sincerely, genuinely, tells her how much he cares about her, tries to show her over and over again, and she fights at every turn until eventually they end up being together because she accidentally gets pregnant by, well, she didn't accidentally get pregnant, she accidentally got pregnant by him. Goes to, y'all know that was TV magic. She gets artificially inseminated and finds out that it is Kyle's sperm, and it literally fit the criteria of Kyle. So it was almost like she wanted to have a baby by Kyle, but just couldn't let it happen the normal way, because then that would be proving that she wanted the things that she wasn't supposed to want. Living single was different. Like even right now, when I play it back, when I watch Living Single back, Living Single has a different vibe to it. Different feeling. I'm way less agitated watching like Living Single. There is an unfairness that I felt watching Martin. There is an unfairness in the way I feel like Martin talked about Pam. Also, I didn't like the way Martin talked to Gina just in general sometimes. You too damn bougie, Gina. And you too damn broke, nigga. But we can't say that, right? Because we got to be overly emotional to these fuck nigga ass feelings, right? You can't tell him that he's a fucking bum that's angry with you because you had two parents and he didn't. And then y'all don't want to talk about how that shit be real, but you can't tell me that Martin and Gina are not Nelly and Ashanti. When it comes to, she comes from a two-parent household and he resents her for it. Martin was the same way. Martin was the same way. Everyone on Martin is brown skin except Gina. Exactly. So then instead of thinking about it like, oh, everybody on the show brown. No. Think about it like his love interest had to be that light. Think about it like that. His love interest, everybody else is around the same color. His love interest had to be so goddamn light skinned. And then I want you to think about how every woman that he dated after Lark Voorhees was almost the exact same color as Gina, all fitting that specific yellow of light skin that's very close to white. And then think about what our boy Cat Williams said. And remember about how the comedians all get their, light skin issued wife. Remember? Yeah. People be acting stupid. Let me connect the dots. She was deemed superior because of it. Absolutely. She was deemed more feminine. Her and Tashina Arnold have the exact same hair texture. And Tashina's hair used to be way better because she would never wear that terrible little short wig that didn't have no scalp. Y'all remember that? You ain't never caught Pam in a full wig. Pam always had weaves. Gina was up there with them full-on wigs that would have got her ribbed if it were not for the fact that the man wanted her, so he didn't rib her as much. People need to watch School Days. No, they really do. And they also need to know that Martin specifically wanted Tisha Campbell. And why do you think he wanted her so bad? Like, he literally went after her to play this role. And it's because he always wanted that type of woman. The Martin show was Martin creating a show that was based on his life, but in some way it was based on his own desires. That's how that works. And I believe that him getting to Tisha to play Gina was absolutely an extension of not only his fondness, his attraction for Tisha, but his issues with colorism. Hey, I don't, and I guess because I was alive back then and I did watch Spike Lee movies, so I know about colorism and the role that Gina has played in movies that are talking about colorism. So then when we move into a television show that has some of these same themes and now everybody's ignoring it, and a part of the reason, that's why I be so mad at y'all about the way y'all treat Spike sometimes, because Spike be speaking on shit. He ain't all the way right all the time, but he be speaking on shit and Black people don't be ready to hear it. So they will like, kind of push Spike into a corner sometimes. When really, like, nigga be saying some house shit. I mean, be saying some real shit. Be saying some real shit. Reading stuff. And there was a lot of beautiful women on House Party. Absolutely. Absolutely. But let's move on. But shout out to Van Lathan because, he often shares my opinion on things. And I just think it'd be funny to watch people be so mad at me and then watch him have all of them comments of people supporting what he says. It's just funny to me. Oh, did y'all see this? This is another like DJ Academics. Oh my God, he's still doing it. Ho was paying. This is a man that hates women so much. Like, did he AI that picture of him so he could look skinnier? That's weird. He says Ho was paying Tory Lanez employees in legal fees. Thirsty ass as fuck, jumping from rapper dick to rapper dick. I'm sorry. Didn't you lie on the internet for Tory Lanez? Are you upset that Iggy is a bigger dick jumper than you? I think this is crazy. Like, you literally were dick riding for Tory Lanez. You were putting out false information on the internet and subjecting yourself to a lawsuit over that nigga. And now you're posting about, first of all, calling her a hoe. So the misogyny, the sexism, I hate women, hoe, was paying Tory Lanez employees in legal fees. Why would you be upset about that? You're a fan of his. I'm so confused. I'm so confused. Take care of your fucking kid, you scallywag, and keep selling feet pics on OnlyFans. Glad your rap career ended after that horrible bullshit you tried to finesse. Eat a dick. I don't know what that lady did to you, but it sounds like her having money and the attention of someone who you want to fuck is upsetting you. Cause like, what are you this upset about? It's giving, oh no, listen, you know what it's giving? It's giving DJ Academics went down to the jailhouse and saw her name on the list and got immediately upset. I thought you told me you was gonna stop fucking with her. And I come down here to the jail to talk to you. I'm on a case right now for you, nigga. And you mean to tell me Iggy Azalea is doing all of this for you? Like, that's what it's giving. It's very weird. It's a very weird response. You're an industry pass around. Your ass go from rapper to rapper. You done being Tory Lanez side piece too. Like, this was a way for, I guess, her. This was like, that there are a group of people that don't like Tory Lanez. So I guess you were trying to like make the black women who go up for Megan upset so that we would come and attack Iggy Azalea along with you. I think that's what he was trying to do here. And it's like, oh girl. He said, go to therapy. I don't give a fuck what that nigga did to you. We know, sweetheart. You batshit crazy. Every nigga who fucked you say the same shit. How do you know? Are you following her pussy? Is it leaving breadcrumbs for you to follow? She said that's all you can say when you're wrong, I guess. The real question is, why did you want it to be about that man's asshole so bad? A question to ponder. Yes, academics, I DM'd you. 24 hours later, you had zero response because you don't want to report actual factual information or stand corrected in a public forum. That's the truth. I mean, yeah, duh. I listened to your monologue trying to paint me as some obsessed, jealous ex because you watch rage bait clips on social media instead of doing your job as a reporter. He's not a reporter, though. This is why y'all have to stop thinking that just because people talk behind microphones and fuck niggas give them information that they're a reporter. You're not a reporter. You don't report on anything. You get up there and you scream into your microphone all of your little insecurities. Anyway, watching interviews in full context before commenting. Yeah, I'm not doing that every time. And I'm okay with being wrong here or there. But a lot of the times the clips are good enough. I don't have to submit my energy. Because some of the times, y'all, a lot of these long form interviews be with these energy vampire ass niggas. And as I sit listening to them talk, I feel drained of my energy. So I don't want to sit and listen to a whole 2-hour interview of Dame Dash. I don't want to sit and listen to a whole 2-hour interview with some of you people because y'all are like energetically exhausting to me. I would rather handle y'all in clip form. You know? But anyway, if you had bothered to do your job, you'd have realized it's beyond clear I haven't alluded to or mentioned any famous exes. Why didn't you want to retract what you said after watching Neon and myself in conversation and realizing your favorite rapper wasn't the subject of any conversation? What? Oh my God. In so many ways, you're a detriment to the very person you're trying to help, which I'm guessing is Tory Lanez. Y'all, I'm so confused about what's happening here. But what I do know is Academics is on some gay shit. And Iggy Azalea might be on some exploitive shit. Child, who knows? I don't worry myself with the Iggy Azaleas of the world. I just, I can't grow. Speaking of people that are back with their toxic exes, okay. Young M.A. is back with that same ex who aired her out during her lowest moment. Girl, what are you doing?
To, straighten out that part. Now she just all in the way. Just all in the way. About to get burnt. Now I'm flat iron my hair. And here she go talking about some baby, you ain't gonna take no shower. Like, I don't take showers every day. But in the words of her, she said all you gotta do is take showers every 2 days if you don't stink. But I still do it. But she wanna smell. To,
I know that ain't who I think it is.
I know that ain't who I think it is. Listen, when I first met you, you ended up like this within the next girl. Listen.
To,
Oh, toxic lesbian relationships. My God, today. No different than the straight ones. You got to find that out for yourself. Okay, we're going to take a quick break and then I'm going to be right back with more. We're going to get into Lori Harvey next. Okay.
Anywhere you go, you belong. Anywhere you said, anywhere.
All right, y'all, we back.
Gyno, I was like, oh my gosh, I've been so frustrated. I've been going to my gynecologist because I just been feeling like something's off in my body. But every time I go to her, she's like, you're fine, nothing's wrong. And I was like, but I don't feel fine. Like, I feel like something is just off, but obviously I don't know what it is. And so she's like, oh, come see Dr. A. She's amazing. Like, if there is something wrong, she'll be able to find it and tell you. And so I remember the first appointment I had, I'm thinking, it's just going to be a normal routine checkup. And she's like, oh, honey, let me tell you, there's quite a few things going on here. And so that's when she told me I had PCOS. That's when she told me I had endometriosis. I used to have the most excruciating periods of my life. Like, every single time I felt like I needed to go to the hospital, just like crazy cramps. I'm taking like 800 milligram ibuprofen. Nothing is working, like heating. Like, it's just like was debilitating. And I just always thought it was normal. They'd be like, oh, just take some Tylenol, you'll be fine. And I'm like, there's no way this is normal. Yeah. And she told me, she's like, yeah, babe, you're right. It was not normal. And I'm so sorry that you've just been living with this. And people have been telling you that this is just how it's supposed to be, because it's not. So she literally changed my life. She said, gyno. I was like, oh my gosh, I've been
So I really did love her talking about this. I don't often see her talk about anything. And so to see her talk about something that's actually important, that was actually affecting her, makes her look human. And y'all know beautiful women can sometimes not appear human, especially if you don't hear them talk a lot. Okay. So yeah, no, I definitely know what it's like to, I don't have PCOS or anything, at least not that I know of, child. But I've had issues, right? I had a cancer scare a couple of years ago. When I say scare, meaning I thought I might have had it because I had to get something biopsied. I had, something on my cervix and I got a cone. I had to keep getting shit done for a minute because I didn't know that I had, what's it called? One of them fucking diseases that we were supposed to get, what you call them for, and I didn't get it. Y'all, a lot of Black people, I feel like if somebody was like, okay, so there's a STD that might come out. I mean, a STD that comes out, STI that comes out. Here's HPV. Here's a vaccine for it. And Black people are like, oh, I'm not getting my child no HPV vaccine because she not gonna get HPV. Like, girl. Now, I think my mom never heard about it at the time because I'm a little bit like, I'm older. And I think sometimes when you fall in a sweet spot between when they didn't know that this was a thing and all of the fucking commercials. So yeah, but I had HPV and I had to go and get a vaccine from that. And then that caused a whole bunch of issues. And I had been going to the gynecologist for years. Like I went every year. I did all my testing. I was very much on top of my overall health. Biopsy on your cervix. Yes, that's what I had to have done. Actually, it was bad. Like it happened when I had to have like the initial because they had to take a piece of my cervix and I didn't know like what was going to happen. I thought I was going for like another regular pap smear. It wasn't explained to me what was actually going to happen. I learned a lesson then to ask more questions about after and, how is this going to hem me up? Like, it just didn't explain any of that. Just like, oh, you got to have you have something that's like a pap smear. I have to take a culture so that I can test it to see what's going on. They don't tell you that, it's going to hurt. They don't tell you that you're going to be out of commission. And I remember when it was hurting, like kept telling me it wasn't that bad. That shit was pissing me off. Don't tell me if I'm saying something hurts, don't fucking tell me it's not that bad. You're not in my body. You don't know how I feel. Like, it was very, very, and I have a Black woman doctor. So the things that happened, like it very much hurt. It was traumatizing. Shit happened the day before my birthday. It was crazy. I'll never forget it because it was the same day that George Floyd died, where I was like crying for an entire day. Because I had to go to the doctor on my birthday, didn't realize that I was about to have this specific type of procedure that I had never had before, and ended up like just being on my sofa crying for my entire birthday that year. And at the same time, all of the George Floyd shit was going on. So it was a very, very bad situation. So yeah, I definitely understand what it's like. And even then, like I thought about how many times I had been to the doctor and, oh, everything's fine. It's fine. It's fine. And you find out something's wrong. Like it feels like they lied to you until, it's immediate. And then as a Black woman, I feel like anytime I've gone to the doctor or the hospital, I had pneumonia at least 3 times while I was working at the news station. And I remember the second or third time I got it, going to the urgent care and being like, I have pneumonia. And the lady was talking to me like I was fucking stupid. Like I didn't know. Well, I'm sure you don't, like just very condescending that I couldn't have possibly known what the fuck I was talking about with my own body and something that I've already had. She goes and does the test and comes back. So yeah, you have pneumonia. Okay. Yeah. And I was almost sitting there like, you don't say. You don't fucking say. But yeah, no, it's honestly, I feel like our whole medical system, once again, is based off of racism. I wouldn't, because I'm trying to change from saying white supremacy to to what is it? Is another word for it that we should start calling it, because y'all are not actually like supreme. You aren't actually supreme. It's actually like a hyper insecurity thing that y'all are like doing. Like you're hyper insecure, so you over responding to your insecurity by acting like you're supreme over everybody. It's very weird. But y'all know a lot of that shit comes from racism. And a part of that is ignoring people, ignoring Black people specifically, when they tell you that something is wrong with their body. It's just so exhausting. But, you know, I'm glad that she found a doctor that would listen. I'm glad she found a doctor that would pay attention. Like, that's another thing I hate. Can you imagine how many people maybe should be in the healthcare field? And I'm saying healthcare field because I feel like there needs to be some type of dismantling of this system, because y'all threw away a lot of the ways that people used to treat things when y'all created the Association of Doctors, right? When y'all decided to kick out everybody, when y'all decided to kick out women and everybody else from healthcare, y'all turned it into white men can only, are the only ones that can be doctors, right? That's how it started. Doctors are the only ones that can take care of people, right? And a lot of that comes from them throwing away years of knowledge that women had. So yeah, I definitely feel like there needs to be a reckoning of that. And it feels like everything that's wrong is like so loud right now. All of these disparages that happen. That's why it's so fucking aggravating to hear people glazing over or saying, oh, I didn't agree with his politics, but I didn't agree with his politics, but, and it's like his politics will cause my death, right? These politics will cause my death, will cause somebody else's death, and the people alive will just write it off as it's just our opinions. It's not just opinions. It's not just opinions. It's not just, you know, your ideas about things. It's so alarming to me. It really is when you think about it. But hold on, let me see.
She said gyno.
It was the episode of She MD. Okay. A podcast, I guess, about women doctors. That seems interesting. I'm gonna have to go look that up. Continuing with the Lori Harvey.
Has it been to see Lori date now?
It's hard, man. I ain't gonna lie, it's hard. I've had to swallow some things, you know. And I feel for her because she's in the public. You know, she's a brand ambassador, so she makes a really good living promoting products, wearing clothes, jewelry, makeup, skincare line, bikini line. I got it. But, you know, man, see, I got to be real careful because Lori, boy, she be in my ass. I can't make no mistakes. I can't make sense. I saw one of her exes somewhere at a game somewhere, and I shook his hand. Boy, I can't even touch his ass no more. I better not acknowledge him or look at him or nothing no more. So I'm off limits. If you are ex, your ass is my ex too. That's the rule. The rule in our house.
Code, has it been to see Lori date now?
It's hard. Our house is any boy that's an ex, he's now my ex too. I must hate him like we was dating. It's been hard, man, because her life has had to be played out in the public eye. Mm-hmm. People don't understand when, like, you understand, you have an attractive daughter that's in the light. It'll attract a certain
demographic of men.
Yeah, certain cat, man. And cats that's got more know that they got more to offer so they can come quicker. You know what I mean? So it's been difficult, man, watching her. But she's very smart. And everything they say online, I know it's never true. I hate it for her. But I think she's figuring it out.
What do they say about her?
Now, I hope, and I think she's learned from her mistakes like you want your children to learn from their mistakes. But she's an adult. And I don't get a say-so in it. I just get a, you know, everybody come to the house is nice. Oh, man. Our house is any boy. Oh, man, Mr. Harvey, thank you so much for this opportunity. You're right. I can't say you're taking her to the prom if I catch you kissing her because they already know they're kissing. So that can't happen. But when she was 15, kiss her now. Oh, man, Mr. Harvey.
So this and Michael B. Jordan and him. Well, first of all, them niggas look alike. Them niggas look alike. But I'm going to tell you this. To me, this is an example, and I talked about this, like, these men are always going to go up for each other. It doesn't matter how much they supposed to care about you. Because I would want to know what happened with Michael B. Jordan in order for her to feel like you're not supposed to be hugging on that nigga like that. Because if Michael B. Jordan did some mean, disrespectful, fuck nigga shit to Lori Harvey, I'm gonna really need for you not to be hugging on that nigga like that. Because why aren't you upset on my behalf? Is it because y'all really don't care about women? I don't know, y'all. I don't know. Not Lester. No place like home. With your family around you, you're never alone. When you know that you love, there's no need to roam. Cause there ain't no place like, better believe it. Ain't no place like, better believe it. Ain't no place like, when there's no place like home. And I mean no place, child. I had to do it, y'all. Why y'all made me start singing that song? Anyway, I would want to know what happened. And I would also feel like, I told my daddy, I told that nigga I don't fuck with him. See, I never had that problem for real because my dad didn't like none of you niggas. Like, he only got a chance to be around for real for one. There was only one that he was really like, there for. And that was my boyfriend growing up, like in high school and middle school, and then again in college. And he never liked that. He never liked that nigga. But my daddy was colorist. He didn't like him because he's dark skinned. Okay? And he came to the door in a do-rag. Nigga lives around the corner. What you want him to come dressed like we about to go to the prom? We going outside to play. Like, that's what we going to do. He come and get me so I can come outside so we can go shoot basketballs in front of his fucking house. And then eventually end up with him putting huge passion marks all over my fucking neck. Okay? It can be that, Bondi, or it could be that young generation thing where I don't want him or her. You can't speak to them, and it's not necessarily something deep too. Oh yeah, no, I definitely get that. I'm not mad at Steve for speaking to these niggas. Okay, like I said, that nigga looked like he could have been his Paul. Okay, to me, Michael B. Jordan and Steve Harvey look just alike. Okay. But yeah, nah, I wouldn't have been, but that's what I said. I want to know. I want to know what happened, because it could be like he was a fuck nigga and daddy, that nigga did me wrong. Why you hugging that nigga like y'all friends and shit? Fuck wrong with you? You supposed to be on my side. I told y'all, your people will play you out. You think your people gonna be on your side? Child, they will not be on your side, especially if you're a woman. If you are a woman, they will not be on your side, girl. And a lot of times that's the case. A lot of times they be on the nigga side because, it's men. And we all men together. I don't care that you my daughter. I'm on the nigga side. I'm gonna act like I'm on your side. I'm gonna try my hardest to make you think I'm on your side. But essentially, I'm on the nigga side. So Karrueche Tran praises Kayla Nicole's lap dance performance on Chris Brown. Girl, you did that. Yes, please. Let's talk about this, because I've been arguing with people on TikTok about this.
I know you hate to talk about CD, but there was, Travis Kelce's ex, Kayla Nicole. She's like a model. Anyway, there's this video of her at Chris Brown's concert.
She had fun.
You saw it then?
It's everywhere.
It's everywhere. So she basically said, like, anyone had something to say about it, like she did it for her as a woman, like, just for, for herself, for her teenage self that used to be a fan, and, all this. What do you think?
You can hold a camera still.
Like, I mean, you have your story with that. Like, when you see another girl, like, kind of like.
Why y'all? This is so fucking invasive. Like, this is so invasive, y'all. This is so invasive. Why do you feel like you can pull up on somebody at a fucking airport and ask them, so your old man online with a bitch dancing on him, how you feel about it? The fuck?
Maybe like giving love,
Love business.
I feel it.
A good time, that's what that is. So.
Hey, well, any message to Kayla?
Girl, you did that.
Like, we've seen other girls on stage and all that.
She's just saying what she thinks y'all want to hear. Karrueche is saying what will get her the least amount of backlash in this moment. You could tell by the way she keep breaking her eye contact. She wants to be left alone.
That was maybe the best. She killed that. Opinion, Nicole.
I don't like false negativity or
with any of that. It's like, for what? So,
Your beauty line. Let's talk about your
Richie Beauty.
Yes. Okay. How is that going? You know, we've seen so many like people turn beauty lines into like massive industry.
Yeah.
You know, where
That's the goal. I love skincare. I love beauty, and I'm just so happy to be a part of that world. And I was in New York to get an award from like roster. They acknowledged the brand, and I'm just so thankful and grateful. And we did a retreat recently, so the brand has been doing so much so far, and I'm just blessed.
is this like making you more dollar signs than, you know, the acting and everything? Are you like, would you ever just fully transition to like, yo, I'm CEO, like fuck that?
I'm gonna do it all. I'm gonna act, and I'm gonna have a beauty brand, and I'm gonna do all the things. So absolutely.
All right. So let's look at this dance, because I was upsetting people because I said that y'all was gassing it, because I did feel like y'all were gassing it. I thought, and I'm gonna tell you why I think. At first I said on, TikTok and Instagram, I said I felt like they were gassing it just because, everybody loves Chris Brown, right? Like there are so many people that are like, Chris Brown is an abuser. Chris Brown is violent and y'all shouldn't be supporting him. Well, at the same time, there are a whole bunch of people that are like, fuck that. We don't care about that. We love Chris Brown. He's a great performer. That's all we care about. We don't care that he knocks hoes over the head. We don't care that he, has been accused of assaulting people. We don't care about any of that, girl. We just want to see Chris Brown sing and dance. And I'm like, okay, cool, right? It's America. Like, if as long as they're not getting caught up and being put in jail, you can always still watch them perform. And even if they go to jail, you can still listen to their songs, right? Okay. Listen, I have resigned that I'm going to move how I'm going to move, and y'all can move how y'all move. And I'm not fucking with the nigga. Okay. I might stream him. I might listen to something, but I'm not paying no expensive ass prices to go sit in no concert with the rest of y'all very dangerous pick me women. I'm sorry. Anyway, that's a judgment on y'all. I'm so sorry. Kayla went out there and performed. And to me, now that I know what's going on, it's giving y'all want so bad to prove that this man likes light-skinned girls. I mean, that he likes dark-skinned girls, that y'all are putting 20 on 10 with this performance because y'all want so badly to disprove him being colorist, right? Because at the same time as this concert is going on, some girl is outside saying that she was supposed to get into VIP, but they wouldn't let her in, and they letting a whole bunch of other girls in. So it was given colorism, right? So that story comes out, which I don't even know if I believe that story, because at this point, girl, why are we still having these conversations about y'all not getting in this nigga section? Like, if it's him, if it's his people, I don't care. The niggas are colorist. Most of the niggas are colorist. Most of the men you know in your real life are colorist. Most. Okay, unless they're a light-skinned man. Okay, but when I think about a lot of the niggas I knew growing up in New Orleans, colorist. A lot of the grown men that I knew, my daddy, my pa ran in them, colorist. A lot of, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm sorry. In my experience, most men are colorist. That's what I've experienced, being this color and listening to the way men talk to me, because I'm not as dark. She's not dark. She's brown skin. She's darker than me. That's enough. Right? If y'all have seen the women that Chris Brown likes, they're lighter than me. So if you're darker than me, then you're dark enough to be considered a dark-skinned girl. And the way this performance went down, I believe y'all then used that to make it seem like, oh, he was floored. He was looking at her like, oh my God. And I just like, y'all are really putting 20 on 10. Like, y'all are really doing the most. This my song though. To do. Oh, we got all night to try to get it right, girl. I hope you're ready, hope you're ready, hope you're ready. I hope you're ready, babe. We know, you know how we do. Oh, it ain't my first time, but baby girl, everything a bump and grind for the night will never end. Let me take you down. I really want to take you down and show you what I'm about. Take it down, your body, oh, body up and down. Don't stop, don't get it. Don't let it can wait no more. But yeah. Yeah, that was it. Okay. Moment got intense. Was it? Was it? I'm sorry, y'all. I have seen great performances, and I have seen performances that made me want to clutch my pearls. And this was not one of them. All she did was put her legs up. And I'm sorry, but I feel like it's almost fucking impossible for me to hear that song and not be doing this shit. Okay? And especially if I'm a late girl, what? She did this. She did this. She leaned back. When she leaned back, she threw her legs up. Okay? And he was able to be there to hold her legs into place. Okay? And then he did a little, you know what I'm saying? He did a little bop, bop, bop. You know what I'm saying? He did a little bop, bop, bop. But that was it. That was not intense. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Because everybody's like, oh, you're just a hater. No, bitch. I've seen way more intense performances. To be honest, I thought that, like, when I was watching it, I was like, oh, she must be about to do something. Because I thought that she was going to flip the nigga over. You know what I'm saying? And then she was going to be like this. Like, that's what I thought, right? I thought that at some point she was going to hit that Cardi B Meg Thee Stallion move where you end up here, but then you flip over and you like this. And then you like down, down, down. You know what I'm saying? Like, you own it, right? That's not what she did. Thank you, Janet, Tiana, fucking Madonna. Like, people have done way more shit. Girl, where was Taylor Terry? Because I thought it was going to be a Taylor Terry situation. I thought Taylor Terry was going to come and, you know, and she was going to drop the, you know, because to me, I need to see ass dropping on dick violently in order for me to feel like a woman took a nigga down. Like, how did he? They was like, she took him down. I said, bitch, how? By laying on her back and putting her legs in the air? That's not, no. And he didn't even take her down. Because to be honest, he humped her a little bit. That's what, yeah, the shit going on at the Usher concert is nastier than this. I was just like, y'all gassing this shit because y'all wanted it to seem like he's so into this brown-skinned girl so that y'all can defend him against the colorist shit, right? That's what it's given to me. But the way Janet used to have motherfuckers tied to a goddamn table that she would lift up and then she would be climbing the niggas, baby, would you mind touching me ever so gently? You're making me quiver. Y'all don't know nothing about taking somebody down. If this is what y'all, bitch, get out of here. Y'all are gassing it. And then they were like, it's not that they're surprised. He has like a VIP and it always has like girls in a VIP and some of them are like, you know, influencers, and he brought her on and he was just like, oh my gosh, she's so beautiful. And I'm like, she is beautiful. What's your point? Y'all really want so badly for these niggas to be attracted to you, right? Not a girl online crying. Let me see if I can find it. And I don't know why people still do these things to themselves, girl. Okay, hold up.
I'm like, hey, are you Boba? I'm Chris Brown's manager. And he's like, yeah. I'm like, okay, I'm here with such and such. He said that you would be escorting me and my friends to the VIP platform. And he was like, oh, no, sorry, I don't have any more VIP wristbands. So mind you, it's 7:10, like 7:05, 7:10. So the concert just started.
I'm sorry. Did y'all say Kayla Nicole is not dark skinned? Okay, so at this point, y'all need to stop talking about what light skin and dark skin is. Whoever that person was that said Kayla Nicole is not dark skin, please shut up. That lady is dark skin. Please shut up. I know y'all see lighting sometimes and y'all think that means that somebody is not dark skinned because of lighting. Like, you know, and makeup choices and shit. But yeah, no. She may not be Lupita, but yeah, no, I'm sorry. That's definitely given a dark brown skinned girl, especially depending on what time of the year it is. I just saw a picture of her that, like, I don't know what y'all talking about. I'm sorry. I'm gonna let these people continue.
And I
wanted to see if Kayla Nicole and this girl was similar, colors. And it's really not that much of a difference between these two young women as far as skin tone.
saw him have like 50 VIP wristbands in his pocket, but we're going to get there in a second. So he's like, I'm sorry, I don't have any more VIP wristbands left. So I'm like, huh? I'm like, I just got off the phone with such and such. He said that you were expecting me and my friends to come. So he's like, I'm sorry, sweetheart, I can't help you. And he walks away. Doesn't give us a ticket, don't give us any explanation, just that he doesn't have the wristbands. So I immediately get on the phone with my friend that works, with Chris Brown, knows Boba, knows all of them personally. And he's like, what? He's like, he literally just told me that he was coming to get y'all and he was expecting y'all. So he's like, let me call him and see what's going on. So he calls me back and he's just apologizing. He's like, I'm sorry, I don't know why he's tripping like that, but he doesn't want to give you guys the wristbands. So in the midst of it, I'm like, okay, well, he said he didn't have any left. But in the midst of it, we're standing there waiting for about 30 minutes to an hour. And me and my friends are watching him give girls wristbands that came.
I'm sorry. Somebody said that she and I are the same color. Is that what I saw somebody say in the comments? Let me see. Because I feel like lighting is important, right? Let's look. A lot of y'all are colorblind. A lot of y'all are colorblind. Somebody said me and her are the same color. A lot of y'all are colorblind. She is considered brown skin to some and dark skin to others because color is a spectrum. But for y'all to say that she is not dark skinned and saying that she's the same color as me, I feel like this means everybody needs some help because they can't see. y'all cannot see. Okay. And it's okay. It's all right, girl. I don't really care that much. I feel like we're arguing about something that at the end of the day, it's called the brown paper bag test for a reason. I'm the brown paper bag. I know this about my skin tone. My skin tone is around the brown paper bag. So if you are darker than me, you are not light, which means it's not about the fact, oh, she's not, no. Y'all are misunderstanding. I feel like y'all are like, she's not dark enough for him to not like her. Y'all are missing it. Y'all are missing it. And that's what another thing. Brown, yes. Dark, no. Then that means we don't know what colors mean. Brown is a dark color. Girl, we just not about to agree on nothing today. Hold up. Let me get this back up.
They were light skinned, they were Blasian, they were white, they were like, they didn't look like. So one of the guys from Chris Brown's entourage that was also with Boba walked up to my Puerto Rican friend and offered her a wristband. And she was like, well, what about my two friends that I'm with? And they're like, we can't help them. So this video is getting a little bit too long, but to make a long story short, we stood there and wasted. We missed Summer Walker and Bryson Tiller because we stood there waiting for somebody to help us for an hour. Boba and the rest of the entourage kept coming up, playing in our faces. They even tried to make us perform for the tickets, like made us spin around, audition, jump up and down on one leg, and stuff that the other women that did not have to do, like the light skinned girls, the white girls, the mixed girls, they didn't have to do that. They walked up, got their wristbands, were escorted down with no problem. So yeah, after them playing in our face for about an hour, we basically peeped what was going on. We realized we weren't, getting in, and that was that. So after like an hour of us waiting, Boba comes back and he gives us regular tickets, like tickets that were like, up in the sections, like up in the stands or whatever. So, I wasn't like tripping, but I just felt like he was only doing that because I had to basically not necessarily harass him, but stress to him that we just drove all the way here from Cleveland and we were promised like VIP passes, VIP tickets by such and such. And he said you knew we were coming. So he basically plus two other girls.
When I tell y'all that I do not understand y'all's ability to hear that shit chirping in the background and you don't do nothing with it.
I said, here. Damn. He got tired of y'all talking about he ain't bring no brown skin baddies, no dark skin girls on the stage, and he picked Kayla Nicole. Not only somebody who's not conventionally dark skinned. I mean, she's darker than his normal preference, but she's also famous. So it was kind of like, and everybody's like, oh, finally Chris Brown brought it. If you have to say finally he brought a brown skin or chocolate girl on stage, that's very telling. Y'all say that out y'all mouth like it's just normal, but that's not normal at all. The story times go viral every single time. It's so often at this point, I'm just used to it. Like the story times of, oh, he's colorist. Oh, he won't let black girls in his section. Oh, he won't let black girls in the VIP area. Oh, he'll never bring a black girl on stage. Like, at what point do y'all just say, okay, he don't like us, it's okay? Obviously, he doesn't like black women in the sense of like, he doesn't want to date you. He doesn't want to be with you. But when he's disrespecting y'all as fans, why? Why would he change anything if he's steady going viral for being colorist, but the brown skin girlies are still going to the shows? Y'all are still showing up. Why would he change anything? He has nothing to change because there's no consequences to his actions. Like, I wonder when the brown skin girls buy $1,000 meet and greet ticket and he see that they coming up next in line, will he be like, fuck?
I mean, child, they were so excited. The girls on TikTok, I feel like was so excited. I saw some girls' videos. It was like, oh my God, that's how this all started. This all started because I saw girls talking about the performance. Like, he was looking at her and the energy was so intense and girl. And I was like, oh, all right, let me go see what they said then. Girl, I got down there and all that lady did was put her legs in the air. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. If I didn't see her get on top of him and do a split bounce on top of that shit, ain't nobody got taken down. The only thing that got took down was that song. Okay? That's still my shit. Chris be acting. Yeah, he be acting. Yes, he be acting. And I also think like we need to like separate. Like we need to figure out a way to have this conversation and separate, right? Because in one vein, I don't care if the artist that I like wants to have sex with me because I don't really know if I want to have sex with you either. Like, I don't know you, nigga. Like that. See, that's something that I would need to know somebody in order to know if I wanted to fuck them. I don't have to, know you up close to know if you're homophobic. I don't have to know you up close to know if you're abusive. I don't. I can see you from far away, hear the shit you say, see your pattern of behavior, and I can pretty much surmise who you are from long distance, bitch. Okay. Now, if I like you, I don't know whether I want to fuck you yet until I'm like actually in the space with you, talking to you, feeling your vibe and shit, right? That's me. Okay. But a lot of y'all feel like you support him because honestly, you want to fuck him. You support him, but it's out of a sexual attraction. And you don't really want to remember that he don't like you or your specific archetype of woman because you like him so much. So you would rather live in this gray area where you like him because you want to fuck him. You know he may not really want to fuck you, but you're going to put that in the back of your mind because you really enjoy the music so much. I don't begrudge y'all. In this time and place, I do not care. I just know what I'm not going to do. Okay? So if y'all still like to, because I got a lot of homegirls that went, they like Chris Brown. They still gonna go to the Chris Brown concerts. Gay girls and straight girls. They all still love Chris Brown. I do not begrudge y'all this. I don't begrudge y'all. That's y'all business. If y'all want to support him, that's your business, girl. I just know what I'm not gonna do. And I'm gonna sing the songs that I like, and I might listen to it. But I'm not going to a concert, and I'm never paying $1,000+ to no fucking meet and greet for that nigga. Now, who I would pay $1,000 a meet and greet for if I had it, I don't have $1,000, bitch. I don't have $1,000. Okay. But if I had it, okay. If I had it, the young man's name is Justin Scott. He goes by Big Crit. And that is probably the only person that I would pay to see them backstage. Yeah, no, I don't want to pay to see Beyonce backstage neither. Nope, no, thank you. She siphoned the fuck out of my energy at that last concert. Listen, y'all will be lucky if I ever go to another Beyonce concert again. Because I don't want to be nowhere for 3+ hours, leaving feeling exhausted. All the shows need to be 2 hours tops. After that, cut it. Okay? But Crit is the only one that I would be like, listen. Maybe not $1,000, y'all. That's too much. But I would pay a little extra 2, 3, maybe 4, 5, depending. Okay, to see Crizzle backstage. You know what I'm saying? That's my guy. I would pay to see them, but not to go backstage. And the reason why I say I would pay to see Crit backstage is because I actually think Crit is a good dude. Like, I think Crit is I met him one time at a meet and greet. Me and Lyric went to his show, and because he's like our favorite artist. Like, I remember one of the first dates me and my husband went on was Crit at the House of Blues. And we went again to see him and got backstage passes and took our picture and everything. It was during the pandemic. So I would want to go again so I could take a picture without a mask. But Justin Scott, Justin Scott seems like a cool guy. Okay. He's not problematic. He makes his music and he goes home. He's my type of people. I will want to see. Okay. I'm not doing this with the rest of y'all. No, I don't care. But anyway, y'all, let's move on. There's more to discuss. Once again, Simon Guabati is on the internet making Porsha regret the very day that she decided to open up her ass cheeks and let him inside. Because every chance he gets, he's up here telling us that she's an idiot. I have to read this comment. Hold up. Let me see what y'all said. Because listen, I don't know if it was just me, but I was just like, I need to get out of here. Before the concert was even over, I walked out. Like, I was like, I need to get out of here. And I was exhausted. I don't know what it felt. I was like, I need to get out of here. It's too much now. It I felt over stimulated. Anyway, hold up, what you said? My friends went and said they were literally wanting to crawl out of the Beyonce concert. They were there 2 days after the concert. I said, yeah, she was energy sucking the fuck out of y'all. No, she was. She was. And I felt it. And I know a lot of people can't feel it, but I felt it. So that's why I'm like, girl, if the show gonna be longer than 2 hours, I'm not coming. Because that's the point where I start to realize how you're siphoning my energy. So I left before they got to the end. I think I might have left 20 or 30 minutes before it was actually over. I remember we were sitting in the van like, damn, it's still on. Sorry, y'all. I know y'all love y'all girl. But I know witches when I see one. Right? Real recognize real. And bitch, you were siphoning my energy. And I'm just like, that was a little bit too much. We all give energy, right? Even when y'all watching me, y'all comment and I'm talking back to y'all, we are doing an exchange of energy. Okay, that's why a lot of people like coming to me. Exchange of energy. And it's gonna be an honest exchange, right? Feels better than exchanging with people that you gotta wonder if they lying to you or not. But that was when I was just like, yeah, it's too much. It's too much, B. I need the show to be done at 2 hours. I can't be here for 3 hours, bitch. That one extra hour, girl, no. But yes, let's get back to Dennis Daddy. Dennis Daddy. All right. A deed is a legal instrument that transfers ownership or rights in real property, such as land or buildings, from one party to another. It remains subject to any existing liens or encumbrances. If I paid my attorney to resolve matters, but instead I end up in deeper debt, they're fired. # blind leading the blind. Now, this is what I'm trying to understand. Dennis Daddy. Y'all are officially divorced now, from what I understand. What are you still talking about? If she is over there spending more money, why do you care? Like, at this point, why do you still care? And then he posted this, debt free. Yeah, you're debt free because you're a scammer. You're not debt free because you're responsible fiscally. You're debt free because you're a fucking scammer. The fuck? And so you online flossing, talking about debt free, but don't you owe that lady some money? How you debt free, but you owe that lady some money? That's wild. That's wild, y'all. And then I honestly feel like he posted that because I don't know, like with the time. Okay, hold on. We in the timeline because I saw this first. Y'all, I saw this yesterday before I saw his post. So I don't know what happened first. But Porsha said, when attorneys have your landscaper's money, today's life exercise is cleaning my pool area. Update, I found a leaf blower in real life. Humble love. Ma'am, stop using hashtags. Just stop. Use the For You page and explore. But please stop. Please stop. Please stop with the fucking hashtags that make you look stupid. Like, because that humble love, bitch, what? Why y'all hate her so much? Oh, I don't know. I don't hate Porsha. I don't hate Porsha. But if you are perceiving hate as us not falling for the performances that she puts on social media, well, that's because a lot of us have sense. So what happened was she cheated with and stole on that lady's ain't shit ass husband. He was out the door anyway. But either way, she took the recognition for getting that man, and then proceeded to get on social media and showcase their relationship in the same way that she's showcasing right now. Love wins. Everything is perfectly fine. I'm great. I have a big butt and a smile. Okay. And Belle Biv DeVoe told you about those girls with a big butt and a smile. Okay. Sometimes those girls are what? Poison. Woo. All right. And Porsha is just the example of that. Never trust a big butt and a smile. Like she's the example of that. Don't ever trust this specific big butt and a smile. So this is how my mind works. If you are somebody online faking and fronting about a relationship, and then we see how much this nigga hates you because he never lets up on you. He keeps his foot on your neck. I'm to assume I can't believe anything you post on social media because you're a liar. So it's not, I personally don't hate her, but when I see her and I roll my eyes, is because, oh, great, another attempt to manipulate me with her big ass. Because that's what this looks like, right? Y'all can't tell me that this is just like, everything is always an opportunity to show how big her ass is to me. And that's great. You know what I mean? Like it's great. Don't get me wrong. I listen. I don't begrudge. I don't. But to act like, see, look at that shot. That's a specific, I want y'all to see how big my ass looks shot. Like I know, look. Why she got to be leaning like that when she trying to open the door? And that's what I'm saying. Like I know how she overperforms. And I in general don't like people that overperform. Like, bitch, relax. Relax. Because if you really believe it like that, you ain't got to do all of that. Just be it. Relax. All of this fucking extra performing is just, or okay. But her little outside area look real nice, girl. That look real nice. All you need you is a little fire pit right there. That's real cute. Yeah, it's real nice out there, girl. It's a real little cute back area. Mm-hmm. And that's all you had to do was sweep and blow a little bit of leave and wash and put some and lay your little stuff down. Yeah, girl. Don't you feel like you earned the relaxation? Because y'all know she hate that she have to work for a living now. But she posted that, and then he posted this. And I'm just like, I feel like you just be like somewhere hating on that lady. Like, that's what it feel like to me. And I think she posted this yesterday. If she has an S, an H, or an A in her name, red flag. Wow. So now she's just making fun of herself. So yeah, this is another way. I've noticed a lot of the times the way to deal with conflict is to laugh people off. And so that's what everybody's doing. You saw it yesterday with Charlemagne and your boy, Dame Dash. Charlemagne laughs him off to the point that it upsets him, right? Then you see her, making fun of herself. I'm a red flag girl, but is it really funny that nigga is still online dragging you after you were so happy to let that old nigga on top of you to do his business? See, I'm always measuring, are you getting out of it as much as you put into it? That's how I be measuring these women. Okay. How much are you getting out of it versus how much you put into it? That's why I don't really feel sad on her behalf, because you ain't put nothing into that and you're not getting nothing out of it. That's how I feel. You put a lot of bullshit into it and you got a lot of bullshit out of it. Like that's what makes sense to me. But yeah, y'all, she's like, she's a red flag. The funny part about it is when you're a woman with a big ass and a pretty face, you can be a red flag girl and it still don't matter. Niggas gonna sop you up like a biscuit. She's problematic. I'm scared of her. She might accuse me of something. Are you gonna fuck her? Yes. That's how men are. It's so sad. Let's hear Ice Spice right quick, and then we'll get into Cardi B, right? As an intro to the rap girls.
Grammy nominations,
Yeah.
and then even like somebody like Nicki Minaj, Icon, being like, yo, I like what you're coming with.
Insane. Crazy. Like crazy, crazy, crazy. I had no, like, I always wanted that to be the case, but it's just like when it happens, you're like, whoa, like, is this real life? 2 records with her, I was gassed. Like, of course, I still am. Like, I feel like it was.
What was it like working with her? Did you guys have like a one-on-one type of process, or was it kind of like, I'm gonna send it to you, you send it
We
back?
would do a lot of sending back and forth,
Okay.
like via text and stuff like that. But she would always like gas like what I did. Like she would just be like, oh, I love your accent and like your tone and flow, and I would be like screaming like when she, you know what I mean?
Now, I know at one time it was talks of her possibly signing you. What made you kind of think? Because I know it can be tough when you're an artist and then you're signing an artist.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's like, man, is that the right decision to make? But then also, she's incredible. So kind of how did you navigate that and then maintain the love?
Well, I really let like our lawyers, I tried to like really let our lawyers like handle everything and like our managers.
Yeah.
But I was already signed when she was trying to sign me. So I think that's where like the hiccups were.
Yeah.
Because it was like really no room anymore at that point.
Yeah.
To make like a new deal. I'm signed to 2 labels. So that was already like a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean like.
But she understood, y'all, it's all love and it's just like, it's the industry.
Well, yeah, it's all love, like always. Yeah. I still look up to her. She's mother.
Period.
Yeah.
Grammy nominations, and then
she's keeping it cute. She's keeping it cute, but I think overall the idea is that Nicki Minaj wants to own you if she is to befriend you, right? She wants to own you to some extent. And this is not just Nicki. Honestly, I think Nicki does this because that's how they treated her. In order to work with people, you have to basically own that person. So if I'm more powerful than you and I decide to work with you, that means you have to be loyal to me and go along with what I want you to go along with. Yeah, I can't get jiggy with that shit. And a lot of people can't get jiggy with that shit. That's just not the way it is anymore. So I feel like Nicki often pushes girls in a corner because she's requiring loyalty that's really 2008. Like, girl, you know, it's not like that no more. You're gonna have to find another way to control people. Like that's not gonna work. I know it worked with men. With men, getting women into contracts is a way to control them. I don't think Nicki's gonna be able to do that, and I think it upsets her. But that's why, we tell y'all about being pick-me's, because essentially you act out and move like a man and forget that you're a woman, meaning that you're not going to be able to get away with the same shit. It's the same thing for black men. Black men be out here, well, the white men do it. The white men do it. You're not white, honey. You're not white. Just saying. You're not. So let's get into Cardi B and let's see if I can upset the people even more. All right, so I'm going to cover this up and hope for the best. I would really love if before we get into this, if y'all would like, I don't know, cash app a bitch. You know what I'm saying? Super chat a bitch. Show me some love just in case, okay? I would greatly appreciate it. It's hard times out here for the 70% of black women, that's living paycheck to paycheck, because I'm one of them. Okay. That's a new study they put out. But anyway, let's listen to what is being said, girl. Let me cover this up. Let me find a way. Hold up. Let me know if y'all can still hear this.
Now to our exclusive interview with rap superstar. That would be the one and only Cardi B. Back in 2019, she became the first solo female.
Yeah, intro. Y'all heard that?
And I love this title. Am I the Drama? Drops this Friday.
Thank you, Carla.
Ahead of its release, we sat down with the 32-year-old superstar for a wide-ranging conversation.
First of all, Cardi looks beautiful. I want to say that. I want to say that this look, the wig, the makeup, she looks amazing. Back into it.
So we started with some very exciting personal news with her boyfriend, NFL star Stefon Diggs, that she's sharing first and only on CBS Mornings. But I want to start right away with, because the rumors on the streets be talking.
Mm-hmm.
And so the latest rumor about you is that you are having a baby.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to know what, if anything, you want to share about that with the class.
Well, yes, I am. I'm having a baby with my boyfriend, Stefon Diggs.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations. How are you feeling about that? And that this will be now to our exclusive interview. Baby number 4 for you, Cardi.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I'm actually I'm excited. I'm happy. I feel like I'm in a good space. I feel very strong. I feel very powerful that I'm doing all this work, but I'm doing all this work while I'm creating a baby. Me and my man, we're very supportive of each other. We're like in the same space in our careers, but like in different,
By that, what do you mean by that same space? That you're both doing well? What do you mean?
You know what it is? That I feel like we're really great and one of the best at what we do.
Okay. So I'm going to tell y'all, it annoys me how often she can't wait to say my man, my man, my man. And the my man, girl, I say that like funny, you know what I'm saying? Even though like, obviously like I do really like my man, but the way y'all act, I can't, I can't, but it's always a my man type of thing going on. And I just feel like women should have more reserve. I think you should have more reserve for the praise that you give to men in public. Just to be, like just to hold yourself at a certain level, right? Like there's a level of decorum I think women should have, especially dealing with men, because men love when women act stupid for them, because it shows them, oh, she acting dumb for me, so she gonna act dumb for me, right? That means I'm gonna be able to get away with something. I'm gonna be able to get over on her in some type of way. And now you're about to have a baby for this nigga. And I don't know Stefon Diggs, because apparently if you don't know people, you can't have an opinion on them based on some of the people in the comments, y'all. But I'm gonna keep doing what I do because that's what I do. Let's see what happens once the baby gets here. Let's see what happens once the baby gets here. Because oftentimes niggas wait for you to get pregnant or wait for you to have the baby because they want to get you in a vulnerable situation before they show you who they truly are. Right? And so you all in love, my man, you popped out fucking pregnant. Thank you, Jennifer, for becoming a member. Thank you, Zanetta, for becoming a member. I appreciate y'all. And then the nigga embarrass you or play you out and fuck over you later on. You know what I'm saying? So like, that's why I just kind of feel like, I don't know, man, because this nigga got a lot of shit that people be saying about him. I don't know if it's true or not, but I won't assume that it's not true, because a lot of the times this shit be true. Whenever somebody say something about a football player, whenever somebody say something about a nigga in entertainment, oh, he's abusive, oh, he's disrespectful, oh, he's an asshole, I'm willing to believe them because y'all are socialized to be that way. Like it's a systematic thing, not an individual thing. That's how I imagine it. Okay. So when she does this, I know everybody, oh, I'm so happy for her. Yeah, okay. I just kind of feel like I want to wait and see. I just want to wait and see.
And me and him think the same way. Like, it's like, yeah, we're one of the greatest, but what's next? What we doing again? We do it again. We have to do it again all the time. It's not like we're never like comfortable. We just want to keep doing it. And that's just how we both are.
You have a song on your new album. I can't wait for people to hear the new music, but there's a song called Safe.
Yeah.
Is he somebody that makes you feel safe?
Very.
Baby number 4 for you, Cardi.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Safe. In both ways, physically. I mean, like, you see how big he is.
Yes. Yes, I did see. Yes.
And he just makes me feel safe and very confident and very like strong. I mean, like 2 weeks ago, I was literally having a panic attack. I was like crying and crying and crying just because I was just getting really nervous with, you know, the whole album rollout. People were coming at me very hard. You know, sometimes people love you, people hate you, and people was just saying very mean things about me. And I'm like, see, this is why I don't put music out, because it's like, this is my art and this is something that I put a lot of love and time to. And it's just like, sometimes like, it's like when people just rip it apart, it hurts you and it crushes you. And it was just like, girl, you better get it together. And it's like, he makes me feel very confident. I feel like feeling safe is feeling confident, feeling like it's like you could do it. And it makes you feel like you could take over the world.
Okay, so let me say this. It is not that I am dispelling what she's saying, but I am playing devil's advocate because enough of y'all don't play devil's advocate with yourselves about these niggas, right? And I don't think she's really doing it with herself. So I'm going to do it. When somebody, first of all, when she was like, get it together, you know, I was like, yeah, that was the support you needed for somebody to just roughly tell you to get your shit together. Okay, girl, that's great. But when she talks about feeling strong, it reminds me of how people will build you up to knock you down. And it's so jarring, right? You'll be in a relationship with somebody and they'll be telling you, oh, you know, I'm your biggest fan and you're amazing. And don't let them people fuck with you. You know what you are. You know how you are. Da-da-da-da-da. Right? But then as soon as you start to really feel that way and you're comfortable in that feeling, they'll start chipping away at it. And they will, like, especially if they found you low, they will literally build you up so that they can drop you back off. And it is a power thing. And that's what, like, men and people, period, y'all have to be very wary of people trying to dominate you. You have to be wary of people trying to dominate you because it happens all the time. Y'all, I have just casual conversations with niggas and I can tell they're trying to dominate me in a casual conversation. I can tell sometimes when niggas are touching me that they're trying to dominate me, or the energy of they don't want to show me how much they are low-key envious or jealous of me because I'm a woman and they're a man and I'm attractive. And so they don't want to show me that. And there's a level of energy that they may give that I pick up on as exactly what it is. And I don't act like I don't know what it is. I have left a lot of people crack face because they thought I was about to go along with some bullshit when I could tell what the truth was. Right. So for me, I just kind of feel like while she's saying that, all I could think about was when I was in a relationship with a narcissist and how they really did big me up. And literally would tell me, I'm your biggest fan. I'm your biggest fan. And it wasn't until one day that I realized, you don't even watch me. You don't watch me. And now I'm realizing that about certain things, we don't think the same. So how is it that you're my biggest fan? You're not even on my wave. And this is when you realize that people be bigging you up because they want you to feel like they really care, because they want to be able to control you. And sometimes bigging you up and making you feel strong is a way to control you, especially if they know the only reason you feel that way is predicated on their validation. So if you was feeling low, right? You was feeling bad about yourself. And then this nigga comes into the picture and starts telling you how he thinks you're amazing. Now you start thinking you're amazing again, but it's based off of what he said. So then when he starts telling you that you ain't shit for whatever reason, are you still going to feel like you the shit? Or are you now going to be plummeting right back down? And I just kind of feel like men like to play these types of games with women emotionally because they know that women rule sexually, right? Because men are always pulled by their dicks in a certain way where they might be attracted to a woman that they hate. There is a feeling of aggravation inside themselves about that. And I do feel like on some level, because men can be very vengeful, a way of getting back at women is to actually get in relationships with them, build them up, get all of the good benefits of those women loving them, and then treating those women like shit on the back end, and then kind of keep going through this up and down thing where they build you up, you feel great, and then they drop you off, right? Something that makes you feel like, I don't even understand. This contradicts everything that was happening before. And so now you're confused, right? And you kind of go back on the cycle because you want to believe that what you believed before was true. So when they take you back up, oh, I'm sorry, I was going through this. It's not you, it's me, my bad. I'm sorry. And then they start to make it better. And now it's all great. And now I'm getting my footing again. I'm starting to feel great again. Now it's less time of you feeling supported before the next time that they knock your ass off. And that's how that drug addiction thing accumulates. So the way she acts and thinks sometimes, like she's still very, very immature as a young woman. As mature as she is about business and all of that, when it comes to relationships, when it comes to how to control herself, how she feels about herself, she is very much still immature. And she often reminds me still of the 20-something-year-old she was when she came into the business. Yes, when she puts her bob on and you're talking to Gayle King and you're talking to Kelly Rowland, and you have these moments where you show up in a certain capacity. So people want to make that your image. You're so smart. You're so this. You're so that. But essentially, we watch you do the same shit that young, dumb girls do. We're going to keep listening, but I did want to talk about that part.
Well, there was all sorts of speculation. Is she not?
See, it both ways, physically.
Did you decide that you weren't ready to talk about it? What was your thinking there? Why did you think, okay, now I'm going to talk about it?
By the way, now that I talked about it, y'all better get my album. Y'all wanted to know, right? Now y'all know. Now y'all could buy my album so I could buy Pampers and diapers and all that type of stuff. I told y'all, now go support my album because I'm a mother of 4 now.
Yes.
But no, I just was like, can I just say it on my own time? Like, I'm not hiding.
Yeah, on my own time.
Like on my own time. Yes, it's like on my own terms. Let me close some deals first. You know what I'm saying? Let me close some deals first. And it's like, you know what? You don't really want to say right away that you're pregnant. Like, it's like, let me see a couple of more sonograms. Let my baby be healthy. And you know what's so crazy? I haven't till today. Matter of fact, I have to tell them this week before this interview come out. I haven't even told my parents.
No way, Cardi.
I haven't told my parents.
Did you decide?
So, and this is my thing. Girl, we could see you. We could see you. Your parents can't see you? Or they just not saying nothing because you're not saying nothing. But everybody could see you pregnant.
Be looking at me like,
Cardi. Wait. Back up. Why haven't you told them?
Because I'm scared of them. I'm very scared of my parents.
You're scared of your parents?
I'm very scared of my
do
parents.
They like this? Goes back to that old school shit. And this goes back to me feeling like I need for her to go to therapy so she could talk about this childhood that she talks about as if it was so great. But ever so often she let shit slip out that let me know that she didn't have the best experience growing up. And I think she probably didn't have the best experience growing up because she light-skinned, but she got kinky hair. And the Latina people are very colorist, featurist, texturist. And they raise their children to be that way. So I can imagine them ribbing her more, being more negative, being more, just being meaner to Cardi as a kid because Cardi had nappy hair, unlike her sister, right? Like, that's what it feels like to me. So when she says that she's scared of her parents, a lot of people will feel like, oh, she respects her parents. That's not what I think about. That's not what I think about. Because to be honest, I absolutely love and respect my mom. But when I talk about her, I don't talk about fearing her. I talk about that's my girl. Like, you know what I mean? And I say that because I want you to know that, I don't have to be there, but I want to be there because I like my mom. We've had our times, child, but that's still my girl, okay? And that's always been my girl. And so for me, when I talk about my parents, I don't want to talk about them like, oh yeah, I'm so scared of them. When she said that, I was just kind of like, girl, what? Kinky, not that. You're right. I didn't mean, y'all know what I'm saying, right? I don't think that the hair is nappy, but I'm using the language that they would use, and I need to, switch that out. But that's really just, my brain is hearing nappy instead of saying kinky because that's the correct way to say it. My bad. But yes, y'all, it just makes me feel like you weren't treated well in your family and you let that slip out a lot.
Stefan? Do they like him?
Yes, they like him.
They like him.
They do like him. They do
Okay.
like him.
Something tells me they'll be happy for you because you have children, he has children. Were you thinking, you know, the way we feel about each other, we both want to have a child together?
Yes. I mean, you know, everybody kept telling me like I should have fun.
Yes.
And we had a little bit of too much fun, and now I'm here.
And that's because of and this is the moment, right? I'm gonna put it on camera right quick. This is one of the moments when we went to Discord and everybody was talking about how y'all let Cardi skate a lot because she's funny and y'all think her personality is so great. And I remember in that moment with Kelly Rowland, like they're laughing like they've never seen expressive people before. I think it's almost weird because I like, is it me, y'all? But don't y'all grow up around, like, aren't regular people expressive like this? Maybe it's just me, but growing up in New Orleans and there's a lot of expressive people, right? So when people are expressive in the way they talk and the way they orate, I don't find it that exciting simply because somebody is like, you know what I mean? Like talking like a regular person and being funny and shit. And people, I think these straight leg people like Kelly Rowland and her, like they're always just so tickled by these very mundane expressions. But this is one of the moments I was talking about when I said she has a lack of self-awareness, but because she plays it funny and charismatic, it doesn't come off that way. It doesn't come off like ignorance. It comes off like, oh, she's so funny. She's so personable, right? I can relate to her. But the truth of the matter is you're like a 30-year-old grown-ass woman that's not even fully divorced yet. And now you're pregnant again. You just had one baby. So you're not even gonna get that baby a chance to be the baby before you're now having a baby for another man. And you don't even really know him because you haven't even been with him that long. And I tell y'all all the time, you do not really know somebody until you have been with them for 2 years. Like you do not know him. And now you're pregnant and you're sitting there like, we just had so much fun. The lack of self-awareness is you could have had fun with a condom. You could have had fun with birth control. But what? You don't believe in any of that? You don't believe in any of that? You don't think about creating a life in the turmoil of a divorce and in the you know, like this is, I just kind of feel like it's a lack of self-awareness because it just seems as if you did it without really thinking it out. And we're just going to say it's going to be fine because you have money, right? What if they been creeping, y'all? Then that would be a different conversation that we could have. But I would still feel like that don't mean you know that nigga, because if you're not fully in the relationship with him, you're only getting a version of him. If she was creeping with that nigga, then she would only have been getting a certain version of him. It's a different thing when you're in an actual relationship with somebody versus when you are their slide.
I'm here. We had too much fun. And yeah, we're very excited. We're very
and you're
happy.
both happy, and you're both happy about it.
Yes, we're very
But
happy
I'm
about it.
happy for you to see you this happy because we all know you went through a very messy divorce with Offset. Were you worried about opening your heart up again or falling in love again or even dating again? Were you concerned about that?
Yes. And one thing about like dating, like it's like when you date, just be looking at me like,
Cardi,
hey, you feel like you're like 16 again. And I don't really.
Well, you want to feel like you're 16. You want to meet somebody that makes you feel like that.
You do, but then it's like you also remember what you dealt with when you were 16. So it's like restarting
well,
again.
Well, that part, yeah.
Yeah. And being open.
And vulnerable.
Mm-hmm. And like one time he just told me, like, it's like, let me heal you. Give me a chance for me to heal you. And it's like, okay.
He said, let me heal you.
Mm-hmm.
Is the baby?
Why it felt like Gail knew that was some bullshit. He said, let me heal you, huh? Let me tell y'all something. I have said it before, and I'm going to say it again. Men cannot heal you, bitch. Dick is not a healer. It's not. I'm sorry. It's a destroyer. Dick is not a healer. Okay? Now, can good sex help lift energy? Can good sex help heal a person that's going through a hard time by infusing endorphins so that they can have better perspective? Girl, abso-fucking-lutely. But essentially, a nigga fucking you and putting a baby in you is not about to heal you from the wounds from a previous marriage. And that's just insane for you to go along with that dumb shit. Like, if a nigga told me some shit like that, I would be like, if that ain't the corniest shit. That's corny as fuck. That's corny. And y'all, I just want to say, in real life, regardless of men or women, I don't think anybody can save anybody. I don't think anybody can heal anybody else. I think you have to do that for yourself. Only you can heal you. Only you can prevent forest fires. Only you can save yourself from an addiction with dick. So, yeah, no, you were just talking about how it was like a drug addiction getting over that relationship. And I feel like you just picked up one bag of dope for another bag of dope. And you just don't know it yet. And the lesson was to learn to take your time. The lesson should have been to learn to give yourself space, to enjoy the man, but not want to fall into this delusional love story shit, and to keep some separation, because the last time you did it, it brought you so far down, it was hard for you to get back up. I guess you're going to have to go through this a few more times, girl. It's okay. It happens. Like, we all have to go through it a lot in order for it to click. Okay? Because you really think another person is going to be different. But I think at some point you learn to love people in a way that is not only discerning, but it is protective for you. You can love people. You can enjoy their energy without allowing them to take you to these depths of despair when they decide to let you go, or when they decide they want to hurt you, or when they decide they want to do something that they want to do that goes against y'all's agreement or understanding. And so that's why I think it's so important for women to have space, to not rush into closeness with men, because sometimes that closeness will cloud your view. I'm gonna let her finish.
I'm not asking for your due date, but is baby coming this year or next?
It's coming before my tour.
Before your tour? When's your tour?
In February.
Whoa, Cardi.
Yeah.
You're going to go on tour in February?
Yeah.
You ready?
I'm very ready.
Why
Even when I'm pregnant, I'm very, very ready.
Tell me about that.
Because I'm getting...
And that also sounds ridiculous for you to say that. Like, this another part of the interview that I really didn't like. I'm going to let her finish and then we're going to get into it.
My body ready. Like, I stretch it out. I stretch. So as soon as I give birth, tour rehearsal starts. Hey, you feel like you're like 16. Yeah.
Oh my God.
I don't like that. I don't even like the posturing of it. Yeah. Going right back to work. Why? Like, you're not even going to rest after having that baby. And here's the thing, y'all. I think this is really like that. I hate to say it, but you know, there's like a degenerate, poor Catholic sect of Latina people that think a certain way when it comes to having children. That's why they have so many of them, because they just want to pop them out and keep going, pop them out and keep going. And they think because your body can, that's what you're supposed to do. But to me, it really sounds like you're almost enslaving yourself, because why would you not take the time off and you don't even know how this pregnancy is going to go? You know what I'm saying? Like, so you're going to have the baby, pop the baby out, and then go right into a tour? No, I know she's done it before, but every pregnancy is not the same. And that's what I mean. Just because you pop out one baby after one baby after one baby does not mean that once you get to baby number 4, that pregnancy is going to be the exact same, because aren't all pregnancies different? And what if she ends up going through something in the pregnancy, maybe losing a lot of blood? Like, there's a lot of shit that could happen during birth that would put somebody on their back for a few months. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't know what can happen in childbirth. And I'm praying that she has a great, delivery and all of that, of course. But it just makes me feel like you're not even planning for the rest period that is required. And I don't really like that. And then the way you saying it, this, like, to me, just kind of showcases this lack of choosing yourself, this lack of awareness of yourself and what you actually need versus what you think you need, which is really just what you want.
God. Oh my God.
I don't come from weak women.
You don't?
No.
And that's another thing. I don't come from weak women, because weak women need to rest after having a fucking baby. Y'all, that is extremely problematic. That is extremely, extremely problematic for you to feel like it's, and I knew people weren't going to take that the way I took it, but I was like, so what do you, that's what I meant about like the lack of self-awareness, right? Everybody thinks it's all fun and games until you say some shit that shows your ignorance. And I know you probably didn't mean it that way, but you were posturing. I know you didn't really mean it, but you're posturing, right? And it seems as if there's a group of women in your mind that you're telling you're better than because you're willing to pop out a baby and then hop back on stage as if your body doesn't need more rest or your babies don't need more time with just you and not on the road and not out with a whole bunch of people. And it's because she has her family, right? It's because she has her family that she can rely on them to take care of her babies, like in a way that makes her feel comfortable. Right. But it doesn't sound like you really care about yourself. And I don't think that it's weak for a woman to rest. I actually think that if you have all of that money, it's crazy for you to pop back out working. Like, I get it. But that's why you shouldn't have got pregnant. And that's what it's given. It's given you didn't care about not getting pregnant. So you got pregnant, right? Because you were being reckless. And now you already had a tour in plan. And so if you push the tour back or don't go, it's going to cost you money you don't have. So it makes more sense for you to pop out the baby and then push your body right into the extreme circumstances of touring.
There's nothing weak about you.
No.
Nothing. It's been 7 years since Cardi B released her debut album, and her fans have been eager for more music.
There was this point in my career, like after WAP, that everybody was like, you should drop the album then. But it's like, honey, I had like 6, 7 songs that I don't like those songs. I didn't like them.
So you didn't want to drop it until you were ready and felt good about it.
Yes.
Why do you feel good about this?
I feel like it's complete. I feel like it touched every little thing that I want to touch. And I just feel like it's something that is not out there right now.
Okay. So that was the conversation. And, you know, congratulations to her and to Stefan Diggs. But, you know, just like in most situations, I'll be sitting, I'll be watching, I'll be waiting. I'll see what y'all talking about. You know what I'm saying? What happens after time goes by and all of that. Because essentially, for me, I just feel like it's a lot of problematic things. It's a lot of problematic things that were said. It's a lot of problematic things that are being done. And, you know, it's just, it is what it is. But I definitely feel like it's another time where a woman is not choosing herself. That's what I think it's an example of. You know, that's sad. But, you know, she'll be fine. She got money, right? And a lot of y'all think that as long as somebody has money, that's all that matters. So let's get into the super chats because I want to make sure I got them all. Courtney, thank you for the super chat. People need to watch School Days. The chokehold TL has on these men is weird. Thank you so much for another super chat. Dr. Courtney is it. Thank you so much for the super chat. Muscle tone is looking amazing. Tata sitting up. Thank you. Okay, child, they're huge. Nadila, thank you for the super chat. Thanks for the content, babes. We knew it, Cardi. Wish her well, but exactly. Latrice, thank you for the super sticker. Nayday, thank you for the super chat because we like-minded to the fullest and I caught a live. Love you, Bondi. Love you back, boo. Kayla, thank you for the super chat. I hope that when the relationship doesn't work out, she is still happy with her decision to have another kid. Same. Thank you for the super chat. Because I feel like we all know the relationship not gonna work out. That's why I was like, girl, why the fuck would you have a baby with this nigga? This is your rebound nigga. Like, what's going on? You don't have a baby by your rebound nigga, girl. Anyway, she dope. Side, thank you for the super chat. Just because for the love bond. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Jamoke Coleman, is that how you say it? Bondi, I'm a Gemini as well. Listen to the lyrics of Stevie Wonder, Rocket Love. Stevie explains that so clearly. Okay. Thank you so much. I will go listen to that, girl. Let me put that in my phone before I forget. Now I got to go downstairs and do this hard ass leg ass day workout, child. Y'all pray for me. Cause Leg day is just harder than most days, okay? Leg day is just harder than most days. Ugh. But anyway, y'all, that's all I got for y'all. I hope y'all enjoyed the show. I appreciate y'all for coming through today. You know, I know we're not gonna always agree, girl, but you know, I hope y'all will continue to at least hear a bitch out. All right. I love you guys for real. And I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace out.